You got him in there. Removing
Is that coming through?
Huh?
Can't tell if this is coming through.
You going outside, Jace? Brett?
It's fine. People like the sound effects.
Yeah.
It is loud as fuck, though.
It sounds like.
My bed and my mama, like everybody in the place is yelling it at the top of their lungs.
People love that part, man. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry.
He really tapped in to the human.
Should I tweet it? Should I tweet it? No, not yet. All right, I'm not tweeting it. I have to tweet.
I'm seeing your guys' microphone audio coming through.
I mean, it seemed like it was.
Caller.
It seemed like it was working.
It is. I really need no fucking changes at all.
Bad things. It's a lot of. I don't hear. I don't even.
from the.
Hey, Brett.
He just had like
he's
asshole
so good.
boyfriend all over him.
Yeah, he does. He's got those vibes.
Abuser boyfriend. Fuck
Yeah.
me up.
Come take
Stab
me.
my back. Rip out my eyes.
Steal all my records.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I just wanted to be able to get my orientation on like how to be in here.
Yeah.
Starting right now, in which case.
That's not gonna work.
Cool.
He's just gonna have to be on Brian's mic.
No, I get. I'm gonna probably not be on camera the whole time.
Okay.
So I'll.
Well, being on Brian's mic is fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, because Brian's mic is picking you up.
Do I sound good?
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Street Fight Radio is here, ready to go. Running late, but it was worth it. We got everything ready. We will be taking your calls tonight. We've tested it and everything. There's going to be no surprises. Thank you for being here. My name is Brett Payne. My co-host is Brian Quimby. We've got special guest Gus in the house tonight, taking calls with us. He will spit some wisdom to you if you have any questions, stories, or whatever it may be. You can get a hold of us at 614-655-3887. We're looking for your calls about work. We're looking for your dare stories, military recruiter, the regular street fight stuff. For those of you that don't know who we are, we are the #1 anarcho comedy radio show on any station across the nation. We're coming out of Columbus, Ohio. You can hear us on WCRS radio every Sunday night at 11 p.m. They do a rebroadcast of the call-in show, but this is the live stream. So if you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook or Twitter, thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out in the chat. There's always a lot of cool people in there. Like once or twice, like a racist person will come in, but we'll just kick them out of the chat. But other than that, it's pretty nice. It's still the internet, unfortunately, and we're doing this publicly. But we do our best. Thank you, everybody here that's here. I'll just say thank you, right? That's just so grateful today.
That's how you start the show, man.
Yeah.
By saying thank you to everybody. I hear it on all the other shows.
Yeah. I've been pretty peeved off, actually, recently, because it's frustrating because my wife had a lapse in income from her job, and we're trying to save up to get a house, and it really is so frustrating to be like the bad guy that always has to say we can't spend money. Even when it's on stupid stuff, like just a quick coffee, which is like turns into an $18 stop, and then I have to be the one to be like, no, we can't do that. We can't have someone give me a tea bag and a hot cup of water for $4.
I mean, when you have a kid around, they always need a cake pop
always.
and something else, and it's like, this fucking
Snacks,
thing ain't happening.
Bobo's
man.
Bar, $4 for one of those things. But yeah, man, I'm frustrated as hell because I'm just constantly like, no, we're not gonna do that. We don't do that now. We don't do things, and then it's like, we're going into like the third phase of winter now, where it's like, who knows if it'll ever fucking end. And every time I want to leave the house, it's like, how much is that going to cost me exactly?
Yeah.
How much is the parking going to be? Am I going to have to get a snack? Does everybody have enough food inside of them?
The answer about am I going to have to get a snack if you're leaving with your wife and kid is yes.
Yeah.
You're
If the
gonna have
family
to get a
goes,
fucking snack.
but the family should. It's a family affair, right? Families need snacks, not just family. Actually, everybody needs a damn snack.
Do you transport snacks with you?
I do we have a lot of snacks, but
Need better snacks? Is that the problem, maybe?
the problem is that the snacks behind a glass counter look way more enticing than like my bag of cashews and dried blueberries.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Everything looks better from a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's like
I guess I guess I could just eat this bag of walnuts.
that Eddie Murphy cheeseburger bit he does on Raw is like the most real thing in the whole world. Just fucking like, yeah, you could make me a cheeseburger at home, but it isn't like McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't want that. That cheeseburger sucks.
My daughter does pretty good though. She likes to eat just cold hamburger buns with a slice of cheese on them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty similar to what she gets from McDonald's too. I mean, it's not so. It's just frustrating to like switch it up and be like, I just don't live that extravagant of a lifestyle, And then to tailor it back is just like, why,
Yeah.
Fucking why?
I know. Every time I gotta cook at home, I get so mad about it. I wish I didn't have a kitchen.
So we had a serious talk today, me and my wife, and I was just like, I just don't think I will ever feel grown up enough to buy a fucking house. Like in my life, there's just nothing about it that seems like I'm mature enough or have achieved enough to buy a fucking house,
I think that about credit cards. I'll never have one of those.
Yeah. Well, I have accomplished that. I do have a credit card now that I earn points on. And I tell you what, I think that keep a 30% balance is bullshit. That's the banks telling you that because then they get interest off of you. You pay it off every single month and get them to give you reward points.
Yeah.
That's the best advice. But so that's what has been bugging me, I guess.
That's the bee in your bonnet.
Yeah. And the other thing, the only reason I want to buy a house is because I was like, I have never lived in a place and not shared walls with other people, and I just want to know what it's like to have like I don't hear anybody walking around in the middle of the night having sex, fighting, fucking their kids, their dogs, their weekend projects where they're running a fucking saw in the basement. And I do the same. I'm doing the same back at them. I'm putting just as much noise up against that wall as they are.
I think the only thing that would be great about not having a house, or about not having, because I will live in an apartment for the rest of my life. I am like the rare person on this planet that does not care that I share a wall with somebody. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't have any desire to own a house.
Sure.
None. Zero. A yard? No fucking thanks. You know? I don't mow. I don't like it. I mean, I would like to build a forge, but
Sure. You don't have forge room.
I don't have a space to build a forge in my apartment. But like, but I remember when my kid was little, she liked to literally they bounce off the walls. That's where that phrase came from. And you always felt guilty when your kid hit the wall that that connects to the other place. I guess that would be good. But other than that, I'm just like, well, and now my daughter is like really into staying up late and listening to music at a volume that you're like, you fucking can't do that.
You can't do that.
There's somebody on the other side of that wall. You gotta turn it down. Put some headphones in.
Right.
To be in there by yourself, just cranking music. It's a new kind of music called bedroom pop.
Ah.
It's not about sex.
Okay.
It's like the pop version of garage rock to these kids.
It's like dreamy.
Well, no, it's just like people in their bedroom making rock. That's what the pop music. That's what the thing is. That's why it's called bedroom rock or bedroom pop. And I'm just like, it's not bad. Actually, it's not bad.
I'm not against it.
And she's like, she got super into it over the last week because she learned that finding your own music is cooler than just listening to everybody else's.
Congratulations.
Finally.
Waiting for that moment.
I've been waiting for that. I just was like telling her, like, by the time you're into 21 Savage, everybody's into 21 Savage.
Yeah.
You gotta find something that like you found and you can be like, yo, check out, whoever these people are that she's into. And Panic at the Disco doesn't, because she thinks Panic at the Disco is indie music.
Sure.
So she's been running around.
No,
she will not stop telling me that Panic at the Disco, that's my rage music. And it's like, you might not know who they are. And I'm like, everybody knows who they are.
They're a legacy act. They're gigantic. They're set for life. They can play anywhere in the world and can draw a crowd.
14 years old.
They have starting at like 35, like my age group was the beginning, but the way that I've seen your nieces get into it, I'm like, these guys are set.
I know. They don't
20-some years.
But they are. My daughter is going on Spotify and listening to like suggested playlists.
Oh yeah.
Those and that's where she got bedroom pop.
Okay.
She's like, Dad, I'm really into this stuff. And then I'd listen to it and I was like, I don't got no problems with this at all. Like, I have zero problem with bedroom pop.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'm a bedroom pop guy now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm into.
Yeah. So and I wanted to say before we get started here that we have a guest in the studio. So wanted to be cordial and offer you a drink of the Ivanovich menthol tobacco flavored vodka. Can we give it a shot?
Here we go.
Give him a drink. Give him a drink of that vodka.
Not
Cheers.
Ivanovich, though. It's been sitting for 20 minutes while you guys fuck with the audio.
Oh.
Ivanovich, icy and good.
Yeah.
That's the way you want it. Really.
Frosty.
I'm looking up the bedroom stuff so I can give you some band names because I know the listeners, it's going to drive them crazy if I don't give them some group names.
What do you think?
It's nostalgic.
It's nostalgic?
It's delicious in that way. It's like I'm 17 and my friend just rolled me like a cheap great blunt and told me to try it.
Yeah, it tastes like a cigar. It tastes like a very cheap cigar.
Yeah, and then I'm drinking like Paramount vodka or something after smoking the great blunt.
Yeah, it's like a mix.
Yeah. So
Wow.
here's your bedroom pop.
That worked.
I'll name the first 6 bands on the list. Does that sound like it give you a good idea?
Yeah, I'm in.
Dayglow.
Okay, I love the name.
Yeah.
Monica Risky.
Interesting.
Van Sire, Sophie Myers, and Ivy Soul.
Is that my
Okay.
band?
Laundry Day.
Okay. Cheeky.
Nicotine's Famous Honey. Nicotine. And Jordan. Jordann.
Okay, I love that.
So it looks like one of those memes that I think Stephen Heck or Rob Wisman, one of them made of like the Vine Star show
the
where
names.
it's like Chad T. Chad and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But yeah, those are the bands. So search Bedroom Pop on Spotify. Check it out. I don't know. It seems better. It's fucking better than Taylor Swift, right?
Yeah. I got an amazing targeted ad today. It was like looking in a mirror. There's this guy that was like doing this like very targeted. Oh shit, I don't know if I can get his name right. Fuck. I forgot the name. Sorry. Never mind. I have to pass that up. He was like, his name was like Chandler Stevens or something, and it was this guy that looked exactly like me and that was doing like some stretching yoga class, and I was like, this is fucking perfect.
Yeah,
like
I'm
doppelganger.
I'm in. Let's stretch. Let's get these calls going.
Okay, let's see who's on the line. Let's see if anyone has something to talk about here. Thank you for calling Street Fight Radio. Who are we talking to?
Hi, this is Daniel O'Leary. I was a former legal representative for Two Live Crew.
What? Did you really work for Two Live Crew, or are you lying to me?
No, yeah, I am lying to you. This is the big guy. What are you guys doing tonight?
Brett just knew you were the big guy, which is wild.
I was miming big guy. I was miming like with my arms way above my head.
In the
big.
first few seconds, I did think it was a Two Live Crew guy, and I was gonna ask him like what it was like to be there for Me So Horny every night. for
Really?
weeks. Yeah.
Interesting.
Love that.
Yeah.
You were in. I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
why you were
I actually do know what that's like. I've never met anybody associated with Two Live Crew, but you know, back when I was in high school, I basically listened to that song every night. So I feel like I know what that's. I feel like I know what that's about.
You know what song? Now that we're not on WCRS, like during Safe Harbor, the song that like made the biggest impression to me, because like back when I was a kid, was when As Nasty As They Wanna Be came out, and like the whole nation was gripped by As Nasty As They Wanna Be fever. Like my parents fucking freaked out because it was on TV.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Mike Camp, who can only be described as a Lonnie, came over, and he was like, "Hey, I got As Nasty as," his parents probably went and bought it for him right away.
Yeah.
You know? And I heard the song Fuck Shop, and I was like, wow, I can't believe you can do this on a tape.
Right. It should be illegal.
This song called Fuck Shop.
They're definitely gonna take them down for this.
Yeah.
They did take him down, though.
Yeah, they got him.
Yeah. What's up, big guy? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. I'm headed back to my home base from visiting my girlfriend down at university, and yeah, had a pretty good weekend. Got shit faced. Had like a threesome or something. I don't even remember.
Hope you all signed a paperwork before.
Hey, come on. No, I mean, hey, you know, you go out to the college, you never know what's going to happen. I never had, did you ever have a college
No. It was like, yeah, I have a girlfriend who's in college. It was like, it was a consensual.
Yeah. I'm asking Brett.
At one point, it kind of browns out every once in a while, but I'm always down for a threesome.
No,
so.
okay.
You're running a real fuck shop over
Yeah,
there.
real fuck shop. Brett,
Yeah,
did you ever
we run the fuck shop.
Did you ever have a college girlfriend, Brett?
No, I didn't go to college.
Me neither.
I went to college. I flunked out for a year.
Yeah. You never had a college girlfriend at all?
No, I didn't do
How's
any-
this show a
none of that.
podcast?
You know what people say about college girlfriends?
No.
They say like, you know, your girlfriend's over in college and she's probably getting all sorts of side dick. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. I go down there and get all sorts of fucking whatever I want. You know what I mean? I get side dick if I want. You know, it's great having a college girlfriend.
Okay, yeah, they're more open-minded.
There's side dick aplenty.
You're saying those liberal cesspools, they're teaching our women to be frivolous with their sexual nature.
That's fine, though. I mean, I want to.
Yeah,
And the men, too.
but it's good in a good way.
It actually works
Like,
out for
I
the
agree
better.
with it.
It works out better for everyone.
How's work going, big guy?
Yeah, because what?
How's work going?
Oh, pretty good. I've got a work-related story that I think would be a good call-in prompt. So let me pitch this to y'all real quick. The question is it snitching?
Okay.
So my boss starts talking shit to me about one of my coworkers. And he said some real nasty shit about this guy. And I'm like, dude, he's my coworker. That's fucked up. So I tell my coworker about it, and he filed a grievance with the union. Is that snitching?
It is never, unless, okay, are you a boss? That's a question.
I'm not a boss.
Are you on the same level
not a
as your
boss.
boss? See, it's not.
No.
I'll say this to the listeners right now, and we read a story about it with Rogue a couple weeks ago, right? You're allowed to snitch on your boss or your company. It's just, it's not against that. There's nothing. We're playing a dirty game here. And we gotta, sometimes we're gonna snitch, and sometimes we're not. And by the way, just again, we learned this a couple weeks ago. If your work is stealing software, you can call a number and they'll send you a couple $1,000s for telling them.
Right. Well, yeah.
Hell yeah. Call that number.
My definition of snitching forever will be only if you're like doing dirt with people. You can never tell on them ever.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, if you're also talking shit about somebody and then you decide to tell, but you don't tell that you were also talking shit, you're a fucking snitch.
Yeah.
And if you commit a fucking crime and the cops come and you tell, you're a snitch.
Yeah.
But if
Okay. Okay.
We called them rats.
Sure.
Did you call them rats or snitches?
We always said snitch.
You lived in no snitching time.
Yeah.
I lived right before that where it was rats. My buddy Brian moved from the west side to my neighborhood. And like, this dude understood crime in a way. Like, I think I learned basically everything from him.
Yeah.
In the like no snitching type of stuff, because like basically we were just like a bunch of hillbilly suburban kids, and then this guy moves in and he like, you know, he's got the car with the neon lights under it. He's got like the Nissan, he's got speakers, he knows all about speakers and stereo systems, and he knows people in jail. And he knows a guy that sparred, I believe. Now, Jason might say I'm wrong on this, but I believe he knew a guy that sparred with Buster Douglas.
Okay.
So it's like, oh,
Pedigree.
this guy, you know, I just whatever you say, I'm here to learn. So he said, you know, the first time we ever did any
He was a real Lonnie.
he was a Brian.
He was
The first time we ever did any dirt together, he was like, none of you motherfuckers better rat or I'm gonna be so pissed. And he was like he was a smaller guy, but he was real fast, and he would like fuck you up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
He wasn't like, he didn't
Right.
look like he would beat you up, but he was probably the third strongest of my friends.
Okay.
Jason, number 1, Sean, number 2, and then Brian Stamper. I'll just say his name. That's who.
Wow,
Number 3.
legend. There he goes.
Three legends.
Power rankings.
Never will be nobody.
Brian's power rankings.
Power
All-time
rankings for growing up. I always was like, well, gonna give Jason a call. See, it was like Jason, but Jason's a laid back guy. You know him.
Yeah.
So he didn't get pissed enough to fight very often. So if you really wanted a fight, Sean. You called Sean. He was the second strongest, but would literally fight anytime.
Sure.
So, no, you didn't snitch, big guy. You're okay.
It's fine.
In the eyes of
good.
a street fight. In the eyes of me and Brett, you're
Good.
great. Well, I want you to have a good night, sir. We started late, so
Yeah.
we have calls to get to, but it is so good to hear from you again, big guy. You're back.
good to call in.
Yeah.
It's good. We
I'm
love
back.
you. We love you.
Yeah, next time I want to hear about a 4G.
A 4G. We want to hear you had a 4G the next time.
Hell yeah.
Do you guys want to, real quick,
No, he had a
I've
4G.
definitely
I
been in
told you.
4Gs.
Yeah,
I've
sure.
definitely been in 4Gs.
Right,
before.
but I'm saying you're only judged by your last at bat
Yeah.
when it comes to the internet, big guy. So
Big guy has
okay,
been in some
okay.
eyes wide shut situations. It's like if you're like, 'cause he's bi, right?
yeah,
He said he's bi. If you're bi, you probably get into like mad good
Yeah.
situations. That
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
More options.
is available.
Bisexual people fuck around quite a good bit.
Hey, let's not
and
not
if-
slander all bisexual
yeah,
people.
they're sweet boys and girls.
Sorry.
Bi-
Speaking as a bisexual person,
Bob, the big guy
I would say a
fucks.
lot of
That's a
a lot of bisexual. Yeah, the first 2 letters in big guy actually that stands for
Bi
bi.
guy.
bi guy.
Bisexual.
Maybe
Bi guy.
the bi guy. Okay, this is
All right.
rebranding. So we will see you next week, bi guy.
Wow, great.
Thanks
Now
for
I'm
calling in.
now I'm
He's
goddamn
like
horny.
a hedonist. Yeah, just like everything. I'll take it all.
You know what we found out this week? Just to get this on the air, and like if we get this on the air now, the show goes up tomorrow.
Yes.
We can get some information. Jim Morrison's dad was involved in the Gulf of Tonkin thing.
It's important to know, people. Look it up. Do your own research. Quite possibly the United States government made a rear admiral's son into a huge celebrity just to cover up their false flag attack.
I mean, dude, how hard is it to become a legend?
Pretty damn hard.
How
You
many
need-
legends are
You have
there?
to be connected.
I know.
You need CIA help.
This is nuts. And
Yeah.
now I'm finding out that a lot of these guys had military parents. If you start thinking, but like, here's the thing. If your dad's just a troop like Francis, what a hell of a way to die. He's a troop.
Uh-huh.
But his kid isn't going to become a rock star. You got to
No.
pull a Gulf of Tonkin.
You gotta
to
have
get a
one of
legend.
those. Yeah, you gotta have one of those military parents that like makes you have like square corners on your sheets when you make the bed, like a real bad one.
Yeah.
That was all they had to rebel against, maybe? No, that's a setup. Because he was just doing like regular old like college level acoustic guitar poetry.
That's what
right?
I've been saying. Like the poetry is like a child's poetry, like a teenager.
Yeah.
But I've said this a
But
few
first-
times about Jim Morrison. Died at 27.
Right.
So everything he said.
Yeah,
was
exactly. It's
destined to be
unfair.
stupid.
It's unfair. Yeah.
Yeah.
My everything I said from 27 until 27 is all awful. I should have never been a superstar though.
Yeah, but he's a legend.
Now is when I need to be a superstar. Please help me be a superstar.
It's like, do you think the government sells those tapestries of him? It's like
yeah.
that's who makes them. The government's like, oh, I needed 200 more. Like the government is the people that run those
They run the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
those poster tents at colleges.
Yeah.
Like it's the government that runs those, and they just make Jim Morrison. Bob Marley wasn't.
Well,
I mean, we don't know anything about Bob Marley.
Sure.
But, you know, I don't think Bob Marley's dad did anything.
No,
Remember
no.
the Maine or anything like that.
no, I think he earned his, honestly.
Yeah. That's just interesting. You know?
Some people, yeah, I mean, not everybody. That's the thing, is you can't think that everybody was a setup, because then you just get into weird, you just get into like Alex Jones territory.
I mean, Jim Morrison just seems like a setup. 'Cause
That's
he
a
just is a
setup.
guy that shouldn't. He's just a guy that
But
shouldn't.
Yeah,
be.
just the first. It's all about being the first. You have to remember what people were doing back then. It was just miles away from where we're at.
So I was listening to him yesterday. I was listening to Jim Morrison, and I was listening to the song "When the Music's Over." And I'm like walking, and I hear like the part in the song where he's like, "Well, the music is your special friend," and I'm like, "Come on, dude!" Like that is a song. That is like the music is your special friend.
Simpler times.
That's like a Mr. Rogers word. The
Let's
government
see
made him
who's
famous.
on here. Let's see who's next. Thanks for calling Street Fight. How you doing tonight? Howdy.
Yo,
I thought you were a robot man for a minute there, but you're not. How you doing tonight?
doing alright. Oh shit, I'm actually here. Alright.
You're on the air. Who is this?
Cool. My name is Logan. I'm from Georgia.
What's up, Logan from Georgia? How you doing? How's everything going? You feeling good in Georgia? Is it warm there yet?
There's pollen everywhere, and I'm sneezing about 90% of the time, so bear with me.
Fucking love pollen. All right, what's going on tonight, Logan? I do. I love pollen because it means it's time. It's time. I'll take medicine.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
You like the rush of
I
spring.
figure by the time me and Brett get back from tour, we're gonna smell the cum trees. That's like in my mind.
yeah.
It's like the cum trees will be around when we get back from.
dirty
Yeah, it's
podcast.
time to get it,
Fuck,
man.
dude.
Yeah,
What do
this
the
is a
trees
dirty
smell
street
like?
fight.
What else do the trees smell like?
That's not what that smell is.
I don't know, man.
That's a hard disagree. For
You got
me.
some stinky jizz, dude.
It just smells like bleachy stuff.
Okay. Yeah,
How come?
everybody's.
So you were the one person who's like, it doesn't
You've
actually
never
smell
had
like
one
cum.
man smelling,
No, no.
You're
batch.
the only person that
Even when
thinks
you
I
were-
that.
don't, no animal fat in my batch.
That's true. I probably don't have, I just had a steak for dinner tonight, so my batch is. Rawr! All right, what's up,
Gross.
Logan?
Gross. Stop. Nobody wants this from
Not
you.
much. I had a kind of a fucking weird job story that happened to me recently, and I also wanted to hear you guys' thoughts about some of that's going on in my wonderful little state.
Nice.
I
Okay.
don't know if y'all heard about our recent house, or recent bill that got passed about the heartbeat bill down here.
That happened here too. Where are you at?
I'm in
Georgia.
I'm in Georgia. I'm in Statesboro, Georgia, out here at Georgia Southern University.
Is it official?
It has to be signed by the governor, which, I mean, Kemp is an absolute loon, so he'll probably sign it.
With these heartbeat bills, though, to me, it seems like they are a little more hesitant to sign them. I know John Kasich wouldn't sign those fucking things.
Yeah, but he's a different guy, though.
Yeah.
Kasich has, set himself up as a moderate for so long. Kemp has said on his campaign trail that, we're going to have the toughest abortion laws in the country.
Okay.
That sucks.
That's not good. Yeah.
So what's the actions? What are sort of what's going on down there? Is the DSA doing anything? Is Planned Parenthood? I mean, Planned Parenthood can't organize, unfortunately. They would be the best.
Planned Parenthood across the state has been castrated. There's way more clinics. I'm originally from Augusta, where they're having masters and stuff going on.
Well, what we know about Augusta is the place that won't let the women play golf.
Yeah. They won't let
Fucking
them play.
Georgia.
It's crazy. It is, but yeah, the Planned Parenthood there in Augusta got shut down. All over the place. They're all getting replaced, if anything, by those really fun crisis centers that tell you, oh, you need an abortion? Oh, baby, you just need Jesus.
Well, they usually tell you can't get one. That's
Yeah.
it would be one thing if those crisis centers were like, oh, you came here for an abortion, we think you need Jesus, because I think the people that go there would be like, oh, this is just straight up Christian bullshit. But they don't do that.
Yeah.
They tell you oh, you can't get one because medically this or medically that, and they're not doctors or
They'll
anything.
give you the whole runaround.
Yeah. So what's going on with work?
So I was employed. I don't know if you've ever heard of this place, but it's called Insomnia Cookies.
Oh my God! Brett loves insomnia. Brett stays ordering insomnia cookies. I used to, but I quit.
No,
Well, actually, I've never
cookies
ordered them because
are-
I like donuts more than cookies. But
The last couple times they were fucking slopped. They're way too inconsistent. I just stopped ordering them.
okay. How was it working there?
So I was one of the delivery drivers there, and for a college school in this part of the world, where $7.25 is the minimum, it was cushy as hell.
Yeah.
I was
Can I?
told. I was told from the start, not working inside or anything. Your only job is to take cookies and to deliver them, and then I would come back, sit on my ass, and play Crusader Kings 2 or something for 3 hours before I got another delivery.
Right. I can't imagine they're getting a ton of delivery. I don't know why they deliver. I went into one in St. Louis, right? And they're dumb. They named the damn company Insomnia Cookies. They have to stay open all night. When we were in St. Louis, you went when you went and bothered some guy at the casino.
Yeah.
I walked over to Insomnia Cookies. There wasn't anybody there. There was nobody around there. There was nobody walking around downtown St. Louis at all. And it's
Yeah,
like they're just sitting there doing nothing.
I was pretty much enjoying it, being able to because I just sat around and did my schoolwork and whatever. And the first paycheck I get, and I work maybe 20 something hours, 28 hours. I think my paycheck and it's $500.
Yikes. Is that,
Hello?
I mean, what was that, 28 hours? I'm looking at what that is. Did you get tips? Uh-oh. Somebody's cutting in there. Somebody else is in the room.
Hello?
Did you get tips? I think something happened.
Did
Yeah, y'all there?
did a specter enter the room?
A ghost. Oh, that's $17 an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What is?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, dude? I think we lost him.
Y'all there?
I
What
think he
happened?
skellied on us. I have no idea, dude. I'm just here.
Why would that change?
Do you think he accidentally hit the mute button?
Hello?
Hey, we're here.
He can't hear us.
He can't hear us for sure. Well,
I hear y'all.
oh, good. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Okay.
What was that? All
A
right.
ghostly occurrence.
I'm not sure. Might be insomnia trying to swipe us. Who knows?
Well, I think probably what happened was the ghost of Jim Morrison knows we're on to something, and he came in here. So that's like $17 an hour. Was that with like tips?
No, okay, so here's what, like, I was living on this for like 4 weeks. Like, I had never made this much money in my life besides, like, selling pot. So,
I don't know.
it was absolutely insane. Turns out they called me 1 week as I'm, like, doing deliveries. I'm like, yeah, there was actually a clerical error in when we did your base pay. So if you wouldn't mind, you actually owe us about $800 right now.
Sorry.
What?
So I think because you're cutting in and out a little bit. So here's the thing, dude. He was making $7.50 an hour or whatever, right? He works 28 hours. He gets his paycheck. It's $500. Okay, that's like $17 an hour.
Yeah.
He gets paid like that a couple times, and then he gets a call while he's out delivering, and they were like, "Oh, dude, we accidentally paid you too much. Can you give us our $800?"
Some guy just got busted for that for taking like $900,000.
Hey, that ain't his fucking fault, dude.
Yeah, if they cut the check, that's a clerical error.
Should there be a law? Should there definitely be like an OSHA regulation that's like once you cut the check's cut, man. I don't know what you're supposed to pay me. I don't know if you're giving me. What did you say? Well, like, what was your excuse when you didn't have the $800? Because I know you didn't have the $800.
Oh, no, I blew that shit. I mean, like, I, like, told them, you know, that's just not going to happen. Like, I thought I was maybe my tips or something, but I was like, this isn't going to happen. They're like, okay, well, we'll get back to you in a few days. And then, like, before they even could, I pretty much walked out of there because they wanted me to work, like, 10 to 3 o'clock in the morning on days where I had to go to class at, like, 9 in the morning. So I was like, fuck this. Fuck all this. All around, and yeah,
They think you. I can guarantee they think they're like that Logan motherfucker came in here and he stole $800.
Yeah,
because he's like, as soon as there was I did that with McDonald's. I actually had to quit my job at McDonald's because my parents got mad at me for doing something bad, and I came back after I got back from this trip that my parents made me go to, and I'm like, hey, I didn't know I was fired. I mean, I'll come back, and then they handed me my schedule, and it was like until 11:30 and midnight every day during the week, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna stay not working here anymore. You ever just get one of those schedules? You just look at it, and you're like, nope, this ain't fucking
This
how
won't
I'm done.
work for me.
Yeah, I'm done forever. Well, Logan, thanks for calling in. That's a great story.
Oh, appreciate it, y'all. I love hearing from you guys. Just the perfect thing to put on during like a long drive or whatever. You guys are awesome. I love y'all.
Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah, that's funny.
You too.
It's like I had that happen with the electric company one time, where like I wasn't getting my bills right. And listen, I know I was supposed to be getting bills or whatever, but I feel like you got to get the bill. The bill has to come to you. Because I forget. I'm not like paying attention. I need to look at the bill to see what I owe. It's different all the time. And I just don't know how much it's going to be. So they call me one day. Like, dude, we've been forgetting to give you bills. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they give me a page. They send me a bill afterwards. This motherfucker is $2,000. This is a $2,000 electric bill. And look, if this is cable, I'm letting it just fuck it, turn it off.
Yeah.
You know,
We'll
I don't
do
give a
something
shit.
else.
But electric knows they're gonna have to make. Electric bills know you're gonna have to pay them because you need
Everybody loves
electricity.
that juice.
And this is why we need to nationalize electricity.
Hell yeah.
You know, this is
Yeah.
it's just a need. It's the only bill I can't. Electric and gas, which nobody should be on gas anymore. We should be done with that. That, to me, natural gas, done. No more. It's bad. We're fucking fracking everything to get it, and it costs money, and I don't like it. And I would love everything. I would like everything to move to electric.
Okay.
And then the electric to be free.
Okay.
Here's a little thing I came up with.
All right, so this guy recently, Jimmy Johns, he started receiving paychecks that were, listen to these paycheck, it was $6,400. That's his March 1st paycheck. He was getting paid $550 an hour. They noticed that every single month they were short $5,000 to $7,000, and that's because he was getting paid. So they're now charging him with stealing $60,000 over a period of 8 months.
Grand theft. They're
Which,
gonna
I
get his
mean,
ass.
$60,000 you still can't cover. I mean, like you can live. You're not like a millionaire.
No, he's not a millionaire.
No, you're not. You're $60,000.
I mean, the motherfucker got a good
He
TV.
probably has, yeah, he has like an Acura and
Nice
a TV.
car.
Yeah.
He was probably like, shit, I heard Jimmy John's was horrible, but I'll just buy my own insurance. Really? I don't need them.
Right.
Supply me.
Right. He's like, this insurance is actually affordable. So I don't know why everybody's complaining.
It's like the one guy that wasn't complaining at
Right,
Jimmy
right.
John's. They made me a
Exactly.
manager. I'm making like $6,000, you know?
No, I'll get the subs there very fucking fast. You know why? Because I can pay for Cadillac healthcare. I love America.
Some guy on like one of those like racing bikes. you
Yeah,
know?
yes.
Ah! Man, the guys that ride those bikes for Jimmy John are the thinnest people.
Yeah.
I just see them when I'm out walking during the day. I see the Jimmy John's guys downtown. I'm like, well, that's a thin person right
Praying
there.
mantises riding bicycles.
Yeah, like a beard. Like they
Yeah.
always have like a bad beard.
You
Like
gotta be freaky, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think it's freaky dudes. It's really like
Freaky fast.
Yeah, they gotta be freaky fast. That's what it means.
Man, they look like. Listen, I'm gonna say
Freaky guys
this, and
on
it's
speed.
rude. They look like a guy that has to breathe into a breathalyzer to get their car to start. A lot of times.
Oh, okay.
Like
Okay.
real thin.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still getting rid of the carbon emissions.
I know. I love it. Hey, if you're Jimmy, I mean, Patty Cake Bakery in town doesn't use trucks. They use
Yeah.
a bike. They just have a motherfucker riding a bike around with a long trailer. It's like,
Yeah.
that's rude.
Filled with sweets.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who's on the phone here next. Thank you for calling Street Fight. How you doing tonight?
Hey, am I on?
You
You're
sure
on.
are.
Who's this?
Hello? Hey, what's up, guys? This is Noah from also Georgia, funnily enough.
What's up, Noah? Those abortion laws down there are bullshit.
Yeah, I know, right? Tell me about it. Yeah, what's up to Logan, man? What's going on down there? I go to the other GSU, actually, funnily enough. So we have a running joke in our state. We have Georgia State University and Georgia Southern University, and we always argue over who's the real GSU.
One of them's Bobo, though. Georgia Southern, I never heard of.
Yeah, I don't know, Georgia Southern.
Georgia State, I know because my high school stole your. I think my high school stole Georgia's football mascot, the G, the Green Bay one too. They straight up. My high school straight up stole Georgia's because it's black and red too. It's like the same exact thing. It's like that's tight. That's
That's UGA. Yeah, I think that's UGA.
Yeah,
or the other.
yeah,
the
we
big
stole
one in the
that.
state, yeah.
Groveport stole that. We
It's
took
the same
it.
with the Packers too. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I also have a shitty work story in Georgia here. So I actually just left this job about a week ago. But I worked at a car dealership.
Okay.
I was like a valet for a car dealership, and let me tell you, those car dealerships, those are the worst places in America. Like,
I will.
100%.
I
Doesn't
will.
surprise me.
Yeah, right. Like, can you think of a worse small business tyrant than? Was it what? Can I ask? Was it one of the big? Like, we have a place here called the Auto Mall that is just
Yeah,
so much land, full of cars. Was it a big one like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I'm not afraid to just be like, yeah, it's called Hennessy Ford in like Doraville. It's one of the bigger like Ford dealerships, which isn't saying much because they're not doing too hot compared to the other cars right now.
So as
But yeah,
by,
it's run by
by valet, so you were running like and getting cars for people?
yeah. So it's basically I work for a
Hello?
company that contracts themselves. Yeah, can you hear me?
What? Silent or
Can you hear me?
something?
Can you
It
hear
was
me?
as soon as
Hello?
Brian stood up.
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
What was that? We keep jumping through wormholes.
Talking about the CIA, dude. Jim Morrison's
Oh.
dad.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, love the authentic street fight. Having problems with the
Tech
call.
problem.
But yeah, the guy that ran this place was he's an ex Marine, so he runs it like it was
Oh
being in
God.
the Marines.
Yeah.
But he's bad at it, and he's kind of a doofus. And his son, who is also a doofus, is like the other manager.
Oh,
and
that's
they're
perfect.
just doofuses together. Yeah.
That's great. And they have so much money to waste,
My
right?
doofus son.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they put money behind Kemp for sure. These guys are like them and the salesmen. The salesmen, psychopaths, all of them.
So
That's
you,
like any car salesman. Yeah.
so you got cut off when I asked what was the job as a valet? What did you do?
Sure. So basically, we get contracted out to it's a company based in Ohio. It's called Citron. You might see it if you go to like Columbus sometime. But we basically run the cars through the shop. You know, like putting it where it needs and parking stuff, putting keys. So you kind of basically run around the whole place, parking people's cars as they get frustrated and wait.
Okay. Okay. Do you get tips with that? Like other valets?
Not at this one. I don't
No.
think they would offer tips anyways. Yeah.
You're just sprinting
At the
from
other
car to
places,
car.
They do.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah,
the person that
basically,
you're the person that brings me the car when I ask to test drive something.
No, I didn't do the sales stuff, but essentially, yeah. Like whenever you're at a dealership and they're like, "Oh, we'll get your car," there's some guy that's like running around with a key trying to find it, basically.
What's the pay like there?
It was pretty bad. It was like $10.50, which is better than all the other jobs in Georgia, which isn't saying much. But they basically like were just super skimpy on the pay, and like I kept asking for like my, you know, they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll have a meeting to increase your wage or whatever," and they just kept kind of like not getting it to me. You know, they were just like, "Oh, we'll give you like a 25-cent raise." I'm like, "Come on, man! Like maybe like
Yeah.
$1. Can't do that."
Something serious.
So, I mean, it wasn't working out. Yeah,
25%
I
raise.
ghosted them. Huh?
25% raise. Like
No, 25 cents.
no, well, yeah, okay. So a
25% would be great.
even 25% at
Yeah, I
$10
wish.
an hour.
$2 fucking dollars an
That's
hour.
okay, that's not bad. I'm
great.
saying like
In
20,
Georgia.
25-cent raise should be the baseline. Like I mean, where I worked every year, it was 50 cents. Like that was what I always felt the rules were, 50 cents a year, which still isn't enough. It needs to be $1 or $2.
I'm just thinking about the last time I made like $10.50. My rent was like $5.95 a month, and that place now is like $1,300 a month, I think. But people are still getting paid $10.50 an hour. You know, like their wages didn't double to match that kind of market.
It's worse to look at food, really.
Yeah,
it's
that
like when
too.
you start looking. You know what the big thing for me has been is Little Debbie snack cakes.
Yes.
It's like a really great indicator of where we're at with
Yes.
inflation. And when I was growing up, those motherfuckers, the oatmeal cream pies were the
Yeah.
cheapest ones, and they were 79 cents
Yeah.
for a box. But then
And they were Frisbees.
yeah, and then there was another. Then you would move up to like the chocolate chip fancy cakes.
Yeah.
Those maybe would be $1. Now I just saw recently. I don't like buy them anymore, but I walk by them. $2.75 a box for those fucking things.
Yeah.
We're living in a fucking $2.75 for some oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah.
World now. That's
yeah.
fucking crazy. To
Yeah.
me. That's a lot. Because like the only other thing I buy that you would think has a variance is weed, and that's actually gone down quite a bit. So it's like, you know, cars are more expensive, and it feels like everybody drives a new car now.
Yeah, that's not true. You're just older. You're just at the point where everybody can afford it.
Like all my friends just drive
yeah,
newer
yeah.
cars.
Just eventually.
Yeah. Well, Jason wasn't driving a new car till just recently. So
Everybody's coming up.
how was your boss? How was your boss at was that like a small business tyrant situation there?
Sure. So my boss was actually like basically the underboss of the actual boss at the dealership. If that makes sense. We're contracted out. Yeah.
Can I just
but
say that?
basically he's some guy.
Can I just say that calling him an underboss is very funny?
Underboss.
Yeah,
A capo?
Inter boss.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds like
capo.
double
That's the best way to
double
put it, yeah.
dragon or something.
Yeah, the mini boss.
Another double
Yeah, my
dragon
mini
reference.
boss. He's a guy out of Ohio, actually, too. He went to Ohio State, so he's, like, fresh out. I think he was, like, younger than me, so he was basically kind of like my manager, making, like, $2 more than me or something like that. And, but he like, he followed all the, like, business school rules of, like, if your employee asks you how much you make, don't tell them. And, like, he was just so by the book that it was embarrassing for him sometimes. Like, I would just, towards the end, I would kind of get on his case and kind of nag him, like, hey, man, when am I going to go raise, like, in front of the other guys, just to kind of, like, you know, because I could, you know, I was going to quit anyways, and he didn't like me, so.
Turn up the pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, make it...
People, you know?
I mean, he's basically you. Like, that's the shittiest thing is, like, we talk about going at your manager and stuff, but, like, at a place like a car dealership or at a place like Chuck E. Cheese or McDonald's or some shit like that, I mean, your direct manager is basically you. But he can't fire you, but he's the one that has to tell you you're fired when it's time to fire you.
Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah,
like
you're right. You're definitely right on that. You
your
definitely
boss
got a good point there.
Right, your boss at the car dealership was just the guy that told you the bad news from the main boss, you know? It was just
Yeah,
like
you
the
got a
main
fair
boss.
point.
The main boss was like, we're not giving people Christmas off this year. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll go tell them we're not getting Christmas off. Is there any reason? I don't know. We can't have Christmas off this year, you know?
Right. No, you make a good point. And I think it's, I think they do put those guys and throw them in to basically, kind of like be the punching bag for us, you know, because like when you get frustrated at work, you don't get to yell at your boss. You have to like yell at some guy, you know, and so, but you're right, it's not fair, and you make a good point. You're right. You know, guys out there, don't yell at your bosses. Yell at your
for me, it's like
bosses.
for me, it's like that. If that again, and this sounds like this is kind of my philosophy with people on the phone too. If that's like that boss has to know you're frustrated. Like I'm not saying don't let that boss know that you're frustrated, because if he thinks everything's going okay, then he's definitely not going to go to bat for you. But I also think that like you have to be, it's kind of like when you're mad at the electric company or you're mad at some cashier or something because of something that happened at a place. It's like, just don't scream like you want to. You know, like don't give them shit like you want to give them.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you gotta keep it low key, man. That's true. That's a good point.
Just I'm always.
Before I go, do you mind if I shout out just one quick thing? You know, in regards to that whole heartbeat bill, Atlanta DSA. I know DSA, shout out, but this, you know, they're doing a lot of good stuff. So if anyone's interested in kind of fighting back against the kind of bullshit heartbeat stuff that's going around, I think there's one in another state right now, but the DSA chapters are always like out there protesting at the Capitol. So send them money or just say what's up. So that's all I wanted to shout out. Thanks,
Sweet.
guys.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for calling.
Have a good night.
God, can you
Yeah,
imagine?
thanks so much, man.
Can you imagine car dealerships got to be some of the worst bosses out there.
Yeah, my guy, I had a friend that he like loved cars. He was obsessed with them, and he got a job as a detailer, and they just treated him like fucking shit.
Yeah,
like, it
detailer.
was just constant shit. It wasn't good enough. Everybody was too fucking slow, and they're like, you know, it was a weird fucking place.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the guy that like at Riker, just for example, the auto mall. Like the guy on top was the guy that was playing fucking guitar on TV, you know, and running around with the Energizer bunny and shit. Like car dealership is like it's a cousin to Carney work. I think it's like it's close to Carney. You gotta. I mean, but nothing's even set in stone on a car lot.
Right.
You know,
right.
that's the thing that is frustrating, I think, for a lot of people is like we go shopping
everywhere else in life. You just go and they have the price out there and you can just shop.
Yeah.
But this one, like, you know, if you don't have like the guts or if you haven't read the right books, then you're gonna pay several $1,000s more in interest over the years. You know, there's like no fucking honest way to do it. You know, and everybody's just expected to know not to get fucked up.
And
you know?
and even if you do know how not get fucked in the deal, then you're in there confrontational.
Oh yeah, no,
and
I know.
ready to just go at any minute.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I have to do that too. My wife does all the sweet talking. I love this van, and here it's exactly when we went there. It was like he's talking to my wife. My wife is like, she's like, I love this van, and they both turn to me, and I would go, I hate the numbers. That's all I say. And they're like, let's talk about the numbers.
It's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I don't like those
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah, not gonna work.
Yeah.
Not today. Not
I'm
with
very-
those numbers.
I'm real bad because I tell them what I want to pay and they can always talk me up like $50.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Why don't I tell them $50 less than what I want to pay? But I never do.
Yeah, yeah. I don't ever put the number out there. I make them come up with a low number. Because they're just gonna make it work. They're like, oh shit, fine, we'll just make it work. You know?
Well, they'll say shit to me like, oh, this shouldn't be too bad. I worked out the numbers. This thing probably be about $550 a month, and I'm like, ooh.
yeah, no, yeah,
That's not for me. It's not.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, what kind of thing are you looking for? And I always say $250 a month.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want $250 a month. I would feel so good paying that.
Yeah.
I love any bill that's less than, I like to keep all of my bills under $300. It's just like when I grocery shop, I like to keep most of the things I buy under $3.
Yeah.
I just have this thing with numbers, and it's
for
like
threes.
$2
The
and
Trinity, Holy
$3
Trinity.
Yeah, $3 seems expensive. It's like, oh shit,
Yeah, and over $300 is expensive too.
And-
That's why the Switch is too expensive. It's $300.
Yeah, I'm looking at $299.99, but it's like, yeah, but once you
Tax.
get out of there with $500,
Yeah,
least.
you need $1,000 to go on one of those things.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Fuck, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Something about the stupid car dealership.
I hate car dealerships. That's
The
like my
whole
least
logic
favorite
is
place.
basically a guy goes, instead of you buying like a car from Ford, a guy goes like, hey, sell me all these cars
Right.
and I'm gonna sell them all.
Right.
Don't you sell them, but I'll guarantee you all these sales.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it would be
And
nice
it's
if
the huckster.
it would be very nice if I mean, here's the thing. If the prices when you get there are the fucking prices, that would be one thing. If you come in and saying I don't like the numbers just means fuck it, you don't get the car because that's the numbers.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Right.
I'm good in that world. But fucking I walk in there and I know that everything that's happening in that place is totally fluid. Like where I'm getting my loan, where I'm getting this, what is happening, like which car I'm gonna get. Like it's all so pliable that I feel like this intense amount of pressure because I don't want to get fucking ripped off. Like every time I buy something like that, people are like, damn, you got ripped off. And I'm like,
Right.
fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah. 350 is like I pay 350 now and I hate it.
Yeah.
I said 250 and now I pay 350.
They're like,
That's what I
"Yeah."
walked out with.
Oh, I was gonna say, I've had them more than once now. They have said like, I mean, a lot of people here leave with payments around $575 and shit a month, and I'm like, yeah, they're stupid. Like they're spread way too thin for my liking.
They can't. Yeah, you gotta have
On a lease, you're spending $600 on a car you're not even gonna get to fucking keep at the end of this.
Yeah. Oh fuck, dude. I turned in my last lease, and when they sent me that bill, I was like, fuck this. I'm buying now. I'm a buyer
Right.
again because I fucking leased that car, and I thought, there's no way I'm gonna drive an amount of miles.
Yeah.
Because I live downtown.
Sure.
I never drive more than 5 or 6 miles.
Yeah, never say never.
Well, yeah. I know. Take a trip. Just take 2 or 3 trips. You know, I got that car right when I started being more comfortable leaving the state. Well, and now I bought one. I bought a fucking car. And I feel so great driving it because it's like it'll be paid off in 2 years.
Right.
Everything's going good, you know?
Yeah, let's get these
I
calls.
want
in
to
here.
pay that car off.
I need
so
another.
bad.
I need another shot of pick me up juice.
I don't know what that is.
I need a little bit of that smooth menthol tobacco flavored vodka. I want a bitch. How's it going?
Hey, it's going good.
Glad to
Hey.
hear.
Who's this?
Yeah. Okay, so the last call-in show that actually worked, I was the last guy that called in. The one about the the Italian restaurant that just treated everyone like shit.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, I heard you guys were talking about Insomnia Cookie, and I went to school down in Athens, Ohio,
Nice.
so not far from you guys.
Party school.
But yeah, we had one there. What would you say?
Party. That's a party school, baby.
Yeah, it was a party school. Yeah, I mean, we had
That's a
the problem
bold
I
thing.
always had with Insomnia Cookies. Ivanovich.
Yeah, Ivanovich is a bold flavor.
Yeah, these guys are
Sorry.
choking.
Can I actually buy this stuff?
There,
like-
it is
Is
online.
this still for sale?
Online, you can get it for pretty cheap. It's actually like there's a place that's discounting it for like $5 a bottle, but you have to pay about $25 for shipping. But
Ah,
if it evens out.
Yeah, that's how it always is online buying alcohol. It's like I found some great deals, and then it's like $50 to ship, and it's like, well.
Yeah, whoever I think it was Nick that sent us this. He did 6 bottles, so it cost him $30 and then $20 to ship it. So $50 for 6 bottles of booze is pretty good, especially when it's a bold
Okay.
flavor.
Old flavor.
I mean, it's the exclusive flavor.
Yeah, I might buy a bunch and then just gift it or something.
Yeah, that's perfect. This would be great white elephant gifts.
Yeah. This
That is a really good point. It sucks that it's like March.
strong.
Yeah, just
really hold
put
it
them in
there
the closet, let it
for a while.
age, let that tobacco just age a little bit. It tastes like if someone took a backwoods and just like wetted your tongue with it, like just dabbed your tongue with like a backwoods wrapper.
Kind of black and mild pairing.
That doesn't sound very good, but I really want to try it. You guys are really talking it up.
It's good. It's intense. It's the new Malort.
Hell yeah.
So how's it going tonight?
Yeah, it's going good. Oh, I was going to say real quick about the Insomnia Cookies. That is way too expensive for cookies.
It's a lot. I know
That was always my problem.
Yeah, we did it one time. The only reason we did it was because we made dinner. I was like, if we make dinner, then we can order cookies because this is gonna cost as much as it would to order a full fucking dinner for the family if we're gonna get cookies.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
But
it
like
really is that expensive.
their mint chocolate chip is so good. But like the last time I got them, they were just like greasy slop. Like they were just slid all to one side of the box, and they were like just like completely flat on one edge, you know. And
Yeah, it'd probably be better if they actually paid their workers like $17 an hour,
yes, well, I had a
like
really
the other guy.
I had a really weird experience there. I ordered the cookies one time and sat around for about an hour. And then I called and they were like, "Oh, did you want us to put the cookies in?" And I was like, "Yeah, I called to order them." They're like, "Oh, I didn't think you wanted us to make them yet." And I was like, "Yeah, that's why I called, was to order cookies." And they were like, "Okay." And then it took them forever to show up. It was so weird. It was one of the wildest. I mean, I was like losing my fucking mind because when I called back, they were like, "We were waiting for you to call." And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, we were waiting for you to tell us to do the cookies. I was like, I was just
Yeah,
like,
you only got to call once.
right. I was like, I've never had a place where I have to like let them know I'm going to order cookies and then let them know when to put them in. It was just mind boggling.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
I would be hot under the collar.
It was. I was like, I just kept going. I just kept saying to everybody, I was like, I think is something going on. Like, am I too fucked up right now? Do I sound crazy? And they're like, no, you sounded fine on the phone. You made sense. I was like, I feel like I've just.
You must have said something weird
Time
on
warp.
the first call.
I must have. Yeah, something came across on that first call that I didn't realize.
Yeah, can you hold off on these real
Yeah,
quick?
Yeah, you may have been like, I'm thinking about ordering cookies or something.
Hey Toots, I'm a real big spender. I'm probably gonna need a couple dozen cookies made later, so get them ready.
Yeah, I've had some issues with them being kind of slow, but like, I don't live there anymore, so I haven't had Insomnia Cookies in like probably 4 years.
God, we're gonna sell so
Right.
many Insomnia cookies. If they
No,
would
we're
just
not.
have given
It's
us
like
a code.
There's not been a single positive Insomnia Cookies
Dude, but-
mentioned on this show.
I have a positive Insomnia cookie story. Here's what it is. You call and you make your order, or better yet, you walk in like really close to close, you order, and then they're just like, hey, we have like 80 fucking cookies left, So here's like 20 more cookies, and then you have cookies forever.
That
Okay.
has
I've
happened to
done
me,
that a
actually.
lot. I've done that a lot.
Okay.
I rolled in at like 2:30 in the morning, and they gave us like an extra 6 or 7 cookies.
That's what we
load
needed.
you
So yeah,
the fuck up.
that's a good plug there for Insomnia Cookies.
That's what we
I'll let
needed.
it out. I got 15 cookies once.
Wow.
Yeah.
I went in there once with
Oh.
my daughter after the Ohio State Michigan game. She wanted a cookie, and this guy came walking in, and he was like, "Y'all got a bathroom in here?" And they were like, "Nah, it's not public." And he just turned around, walked straight to the door, opened it, and just barfed right out on the sidewalk. Walked in. My kid never forgets. She was like 12.
That's amazing. That's a good story.
It was just one of those moments that was like, what are adults fucking doing at 2 in the morning?
Yeah. Oh, it was 2 in the morning?
Yeah, it was like we
Oh.
had just left your house, and it was
Got
like 1
it.
or 2 in the morning,
Right.
and we're driving home, and we're like, let's get some fucking cookies. So we stopped to get cookies, and she sees that, and because it's the Ohio State Michigan game when it comes through town, it's like this place, that whole area is a war zone.
Stay away, yeah.
Yeah, and it was nuts. People out there screaming, and this person just fucking barfing right up where you walk in. You're gonna have to step over this to get into
Yeah.
the building. It was
Yeah.
excellent.
That's
So
choice move.
that was nice. Yeah, Insomnia Cookies. So I won't let you barf in their toilet. there.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Like, help me out, man. I need to go worship the fucking throne.
I mean, that place is like, okay, I'm going to say it because I say it about everything. It's a mob front. It's just money
okay,
laundering.
it's money laundering.
It's
Every
just,
business.
Well-
I always say that.
Yeah, I
always
don't
say
know, like, at least in Athens, I feel like there were enough high people to, like, fund the Insomnia Cookies.
But God,
But,
when
like,
have you
it's
been
also
there
so
when there was
expensive and
another?
everyone is...
When have you been in there when there was another person there or the phone rang while you were in there? What one time?
But
has
that's a
that
good
happened?
point. I don't think... I haven't been there a lot, so that is a good point.
Yeah, it's incredible to think of, like,
Yeah, but-
paying for those people to sit around there, paying for all of the electricity and bureaucracy and all of that.
Cars!
And they sell like a couple hundred fucking cookies
A night?
every day.
A day?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're fucking $13 cookies. I bet you. Can somebody find out how many? I would love to know how many. I bet you they don't fucking sell 100 cookies on Saturday.
Damn.
I'm willing to bet they don't, because they're giving fucking Gus here. They're giving this motherfucker 15 of them at the end of the night.
Yeah.
They're just making them and they're just
the other
sitting there.
They were always handing out on campus, like, these coupons for free cookies, too.
Yeah.
So I don't know...
But it's got.
I don't know. I don't know how they're making their money, but
Probably maybe special order birthday cake ones or like catering events.
But I'm gonna say this: they sell
that-
15
maybe.
cookies a day, and all the rest of the money is blow.
They spell $13
Yeah.
a day.
If you make just the right order at the cookie place, they give you the blow.
Well, no, it's. I'm not saying that they sell. I will not say that they sell blow out of Insomnia Cookies. What I'm saying is somebody has a bunch of money from blow that they have to do something with.
Oh.
They open up an Insomnia Cookies and they just filter that shit through there.
Yeah. It's like, and then they can, they have a place they can stop. It's open up late, right?
Dude, I go to their fucking website, dude.
that's a good point.
Yeah, I go on their site to order, and it's just painful to order. And they're like,
Yeah,
this
the site is
Insomnia
bad.
Cookies in Columbus has been open for fucking ever. It's been open since I've lived downtown. I've lived downtown for fucking
It's
14
one of the
years.
one of the perks of city life.
Yeah,
That was ever closed.
I know. That's what I'm
One's
telling you.
outwith me.
It
Well, 'cause-
moved to a more expensive building.
Well, because in Dallas there was a place called Tiff's Treats, and they were all like really sweet and cordial and everything, but they were more like 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. like business hour delivery.
Yeah.
You couldn't be like scarf down a whole pizza and be like, I'm still not satisfied.
But that's what those cookies are for, too.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, have a nice quinoa salad for dinner and then order Insomnia for dessert.
I just think there is no way they're
Zen
selling more than 50.
That's the balance.
I'll tell you this. Most people don't even fucking know that it exists.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are sitting on their couch right now like, wouldn't it be fucking sweet if you could get delivery cookies? It's like, they have it, and they do a terrible job. They fucked it up somehow. Nobody likes
They're
it.
the fucking worst
They,
at it.
they sell
Nobody's-
less than 100 cookies on a Saturday.
Nobody's ever had a positive experience unless they were giving them a bunch of overstock for free.
People like the free cookies they
Not
get.
a viable
man.
business model.
Yeah. Well, thank you for helping us.
Oh
take the
wait, hey,
veil
I
off.
actually had a story real quick.
Okay.
That I actually called about.
Let's hear
All
it.
right, so last time I called, literally this happened like minutes after. So my girlfriend's friend, we went to town that night, and she was like, she came over and she was complaining about how she didn't get any sleep because like this guy, who's like a family friend, is like wanted to see her, and so like he comes over and she's like on like no sleep, and he's like, I want to practice a pitch for life insurance.
Yes. Shit rolled. Sorry, go ahead.
So it's pretty much what you'd expect. You know, he does his pitch, and he's going through, and he asks for like social and her credit card.
Did she
And
do
like,
it?
She realized he's like trying. No, she didn't. Because like he's like, this guy is fucking weird.
Sure,
like,
but she almost got
He's like
there.
really into this company. He's like really into this company. He always is talking about this company and like how he sells life insurance. And so like basically figures out that he's trying to get her to sign up for life insurance. She's just like, I'm like 20, you know, I don't need life insurance. I have no dependents. And like she had to like fight him off to like not get this life insurance, like as if anyone who's like 20 needs life insurance. So
That's
I wanted to add
fantastic.
that as a data point.
Can I?
I wanted to add it as a data point.
Can I say?
Yeah.
I think that's a really good way to get people into your MLM scheme, right?
I mean, you'll
Dude,
get.
I did some research after it. I found a company called People Helping People, which sounds a lot like the Human Fund.
I love the name.
What is
I'm looking
this?
it up right now. I'm on it.
Yeah, look it up. People Helping People. They got like they had like some guy with no arms at their convention.
The
Like,
commercial,
you just, like look at like
the page has like a
you
rapper
go home
on it.
screen. Yeah, it has that's Kevin Hart.
Yeah, they got Kevin Hart involved with it.
They got Kevin Hart on there. If you keep watching it, you'll see Vegas. And you see some guy with no arms running around on a stage. Very odd.
I really want to say, I think I want to like try that. Oh my God, Brett. You got to come over here and look at this picture of the CEO for me. Just, I
Of
really
what?
want you to see this picture of the CEO.
You know,
Insomnia?
Of the people helping
Really
people.
creepy looking.
This guy's trying to fuck, dude.
This guy is he can't.
This guy's running on Maine.
He's working. Okay, this is hard working. I'll tell the listeners. He's got his top two. He's wearing a dress shirt and jeans, and he's got his top two buttons unbuckled, so you can see his undershirt. And he's wearing his tie just around his neck, like I do my earbuds.
Completely undone.
He's working, man. It's like, look, I was gonna tie my tie, but I have this really great insurance opportunity for you to get in on the ground fucking floor
Yeah.
of.
I hate going to sleep because then I can't help people get the life insurance that lines my fucking pockets.
I do love calling somebody at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
I need you to I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, it was more like at 9 a.m. She had a red eye though.
Okay, so
It
at
was
9
like she had to come
a.m.
over at 9 a.m.
But you think
Wow.
you think this dude's gonna come to your house and tell you he has cancer or something like that. Instead,
no,
he's
it's
just
like,
got
I
a
need
great
to do life
opportunity.
Insurance.
This is incredible.
Like,
They
you
got a
gotta buy this
convention.
life insurance at 21.
Hey, before you leave town,
Hey, before you leave, they got a convention and it's called Transforming the Industry, and they straight up use the Autobots insignia as their insignia. I wrote
There's no way that's
PHP on the
legal.
head. This is a company that I love knowing about now. It is beautiful.
They're helping you, dude. dude.
Yeah, it was people helping people.
Dude, it-
You know,
Help
it's
you in
just
all kinds of ways.
people helping people.
It really is the Autobots logo. They just used it.
They
Yeah,
straight
no,
up-
It's like
they
don't
just
respect
stole it.
intellectual property. That's great.
That's got to turn up in a meme.
That's great.
They have a Vegas.
They put the
so
PHP
they're like-
on the Autobot logo.
I mean, we could pay like people to develop some sort of some sort of story about our brand here, but we're pretty much just like the Autobots. We'll transform your ass.
yeah, it says
transform your
a
life.
decade of bringing back life to the insurance industry.
This is great.
And they're having a Las Vegas convention in 18 weeks, which is unfortunately not when me and Brett are going to be in Las Vegas, or we would have like actually gone.
Going through your Facebook Messenger and just getting everyone to meet you for a coffee so that you can be like, I was just looking at your post the other day and was like, God, I hope this person's prepared.
I mean,
in
this
case
girl-
a disaster would happen, I want to help you. I represent an organization called People Helping People.
This woman I grew up with, was like for real selling Thrive. And what I think is this makes perfect sense because this is basically what ShitPro got ShitPro
Yeah.
by, right? That was a
Yeah,
life
no, that's
insurance.
what I was saying. When I heard this, I was like, I know, like, I heard about this on Street Fight.
So like the
Like,
interesting
this is
thing,
the same company.
they can't sell the diet stuff anymore. You know that they're just like everybody. All my friends are hip to Plexus.
Right.
All my friends are
Financial
hip to Thrive.
products.
So now it's like, what can we fucking sell them that one isn't something? Like it's not actually like a thing.
Right.
We can just like it's a promise.
Right. It's a promise.
And what can we get
It's a
them
bad
to
faith
sell?
promise, I'm sure, if you look at the fine
Oh,
print.
God, I don't want to know how much it costs. And like the way, this is just like the way that ShitPro got ShitPro too. The way you're describing it is they start asking you for your fucking shit. Like you're hanging
No,
out.
well, they never say like, "Hey, I've got a great business opportunity for you." They say, I'm getting a new job, and I want to make sure that I kind of nail it, and then I'd be more comfortable doing the pitch on you. They do that, and then they're like, "And I need your social and credit card number."
I mean, look at
And
a
they're like,
guy
"Wait, are
like-
you running my
Yeah,
fucking
right.
information right now?" It's like, "Yeah, I just signed you up. Didn't you think it sounded great?"
Well, and it's
Yeah,
like if
just,
you know anybody that knows me, like that's the shitty thing about this is that like so if Brett came to my house selling me People Helping People and he got all my info and he got it all on the sheet and all he had to do was press enter on the keyboard, I would like feel too guilty to have him delete all
Yeah.
my info out of it, and I would just be like, all right, my wife is probably going to get People Helping People if somebody
That's
gets her, you know.
Yeah.
Don't,
in the door.
Don't sell my wife that
Oh,
shit.
jeez, I hope not. There's no way that this is, like, legit. Honestly, like, it's obviously a scam.
Hey, Katie, Street Fight
I'm trying to find...
doesn't offer life insurance
Yeah.
for your part-time job, but we got a little organization that we've been looking into called People Helping People.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate
This is
it.
incredible. I'm gonna give this.
Yeah.
I'm
Thanks
gonna
for taking
get
my
this
call.
on the basement show. I'm gonna give this more looking, and I'm gonna do some reading on it.
I love that CEO. I love that weather-beaten CEO.
Hey,
Just
you know,
like, fuck. Like he just gets inside. Fuck. We only helped like 1,000 people today. We could have done 2,000.
the way you said
I hate
that is-
going to sleep. I hate sleep.
That's he says it that way
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like he doesn't say we only sold 1,000 pieces of insurance today. He says we only helped them.
Right,
We only
right.
helped. How many people did we even
How
help?
many lives
today?
did we fucking transform? Right? He has the sound, the Autobot transform effect on his fucking
Then he
phone.
turns into a jet and flies out the window.
Yeah.
I mean, no medical exam life insurance is what and
I love it. I
it
love it.
just-
I want to help you. I'm not going to ask for your medical advice. I'm just going to ask you to sign on the line. Promise to give me your money for my shoddy deal. I want to help you.
and you can't get the price.
People helping people. The thing is, you're actually helping them make money. That's who's doing the helping. Like, they're not helping you.
They use that money to help more people.
Right. Right. We get more people help.
And there's no information on cost on their page because they don't want motherfuckers going to this website finding out how much it costs. This is great. This is just something else. This company's privately held and headquartered in Dallas, Texas. Brett. There's like pictures of fucking exotic cars on this site. It's just like, you know, our CEO drives a very exotic car, so you know that this is good health insurance. Now, so
All right, let's see who's on the phone next. We keep having 5 calls the whole time. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
What up?
Howdy.
This is Subcommandante Stavros here.
what's up, Subcommandante Stavros?
Just laying here listening to the show. Had a flight today, so you know that's always tiring.
It does take so much out of you.
Yeah, we should actually shout out Jason for being here on Wednesday. It was
wild.
insane. He got in on a flight at 5:15 and was here at 8 to do the basement show.
His eyes were fucking so red.
I
It was
know.
crazy. It's crazy.
Well, what's going on tonight, Subcommandant Stavros? What you call him for?
Oh, I was just real quick. I've got some quick housekeeping for Street Fighters in Colorado.
Okay.
Sweet.
King Supers is going on strike, or is in a big labor dispute with Kroger's, and so just if you see a picket line, don't cross it.
Oh no, Kroger that's a tough one.
With
but
Kroger?
I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, luckily we got like Safeway and stuff here, but
We got Giant Eagle, but
Kroger's
everything's
from
$2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Kroger from here?
Yeah.
We're the center of it all.
Yeah, just Columbus, Ohio, just a thriving metropolis. So, when did they go on strike?
they haven't yet. They've authorized a strike, and I think the last round of negotiations was ending
Oh,
tonight.
someone did send me this.
Just sweet. Well,
Yeah, that's
yeah, King
probably me.
Super is tied in with Kroger. It's not Kroger, but
Well, I'd
it's,
rather have a King Super than a Kroger.
buddy, I like the name King
Kroger's.
Super too.
King Super is better than Kroger's.
They ain't changing it though. Kroger's has its hooks in everything in Ohio.
Yeah. It's the
So
center of
hey,
the world.
if you see them out there striking, then don't
Just
go
turn
in there.
around.
I mean, honestly, I would never walk.
No, I wouldn't either.
My dad was super like, even my dad, who's like a wiener from way back, is like not crossing a picket line. He was
Right.
always like, we ain't.
Like, there's some kerfuffle going on over there. I don't want to get wrapped up in it. Let's just go. Let's just go down the street.
Let's just go. Let's just go.
Let's just scram.
Yeah, let's get out of here, guys. I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's more what he would say. He says shit more than anything.
More than
shit.
shit.
Shit. There's a strike.
He says shit like people breathe.
All right. Peace out.
That's the done for that. But I've got a dare story if y'all want that.
Right on. What's that?
So when I was in like 5th grade years ago, they had the dare people came in, but they brought an ex-drug addict with the police officer. Like now that I think back on it, I'm pretty sure it was like for his parole or something. Like he was doing like community service hours, and so he goes through and like describes all of the the effects of drugs, and like he makes almost all of them sound terrible. Like meth and everything sounds just horrible, which probably is. But he gets to weed, and he just can't make it sound bad. He just can't.
What was the
so
what
fun.
were some of the things?
About weed or like the other drugs?
Weed. I mean, the other drugs aren't
you
that
know,
bad neither. I'll tell you.
Yeah, like I mean, I've done most of them, but he was like talking about how like he likes to get home from work and like smoke a bowl, or like he's like, but you don't want to smoke though, it's bad for you. And stuff. Like, he's like,
I do it myself, but you don't want to.
Yeah.
Look at me.
If there's another way to do
Exactly.
it, I'd love you to do it that way. Eat a brownie, anything like that.
yeah, and he's like, it just helps you chill out and like things feel better, and he couldn't come up with a single thing that was bad for it. And little 5th grade me was like, all right, at this point, I'm not going to do any of those other drugs. That was a fucking lie. But I will do weed. And so Dare convinced me to do weed.
And you're in Denver, so man, I should have got Denver Dare.
Yeah, Denver Dare.
Denver just seems so like.
Did your teacher say anything or?
No, not that I remember. Like this was a while ago, and I wasn't in Denver at the time. I was in Albuquerque.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that is true. Still, they have like they're more connected to the astral plane down there.
Oh, definitely.
Well, thanks for calling. We're going to Albuquerque
We'll be in Albuquerque in May.
and Denver.
Yeah, well,
We're going to Denver to.
I'm gonna see you guys in Denver.
Yeah, we'll be there in May.
Excellent. I'll be there in May as well.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
Of course. Have a good show, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, we got 4 more to go. Let's speed round it.
Well,
Oh shit! I hit the wrong. I answered the wrong one. Thanks for calling Street Fight. You're not the wrong one. I didn't mean to do that.
Hello.
You're the perfect
Hello?
one. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
Hey, this is Sam in West Virginia.
What's up, Sam? How are you tonight?
Good. I actually I met you guys at the Thursday show a couple days ago, or I guess a couple weeks ago in Columbus.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You gave me a cool pen. Pen.
Yeah.
Pin. It's a pin. I can't say it, dude. I apologize. Gave me a cool pin.
Yeah.
Um.
But we've I actually usually can't call in because I'm a teacher and it's too late, so we're on spring break down here.
Nice. You partying?
Now I I've kind of quit everything, so I'm actually making more pins. I'm making Medicare for All ones right now. I've been doing canvassing for that down here.
Right, those pins are really cool.
Yeah.
I like 3D print them. Did you 3D print them? I think Brett's wearing one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's wearing a Thursday shirt. But those were really cool
Yeah.
pins.
That was such a good show.
Yeah, I saw both of them, and they were both like excellent.
Yeah, they were both. I mean, I couldn't imagine missing either of them. They were both perfect.
Yeah, that first night.
Oh, the World of Time was good.
Yeah,
Oh,
War All
yeah.
the Time was great.
We almost died at full collapse from I moshed the whole time, so I was a little exhausted. But it was definitely those were great shows. Thursday still got it, even though I don't know, like we can't really help them.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done.
so-
But well, what's going on? What's going on down
And
there?
thank you to Carly for setting us up with
Yeah, passes.
yeah.
That was sweet.
I got to get somebody else into a concert, and they probably thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah, they really helped us look really cool to my brother-in-law.
That's true. Yeah.
My brother-in-law thinks we're cool now. So, what's going on down there?
Down there.
Well, let's see. My DSA chapter, we are starting to get our first brake light clinic together. So we had a meeting about that today. One of the other chapters down here, I guess, had one earlier today, and I think it went pretty well. So
Nice.
that's starting to spread into West Virginia. And it's nice, though, because we've there's the whole guide the New Orleans chapter did. So we kind of were consulting with that as we were going through the meeting today. So, like, feels like a lot of the kind of activism down here, we're kind of, like, cutting trail on stuff. So, like, with the Medicare for All canvassing, we're figuring out, okay, well, which stores won't chase us off, and, like, with the brake light thing, it's like, New Orleans has figured out, like, a bunch of the logistics of this thing for us. So, like, we don't have to buy, like, 200 different bulbs for, like, people's brake lights. We know, like, what we need to get 25 of, probably. So,
Yeah, you can also set
nice
up.
to kind of have that.
You can also set up near an auto parts store, so that way you can just sprint over there and buy them on demand if like something shows up. That's what they've done in Columbus.
Okay, that's what they've been doing for the Columbus ones.
Yeah. And then we actually, this Saturday, there is a DSA brake light clinic fundraiser for Columbus. They're going to do them like once a month, all like summer long. They've had a really good result with them, and the people are down with it. So they're going to keep it rolling all year long.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then there was basically in my town, there's like a city council meeting coming up, and they're trying to
I guess, put up a ban on clinics that do medication-assisted treatment within the city limits. So I'm going to go and try and, like, speak against them doing that, because that seems to be one of the things that, like, actually works the best for getting people off of opioids. So hopefully we can get them to kind of clear the way for them to, if anything, have more of those, since we've got, like, the highest overdose rate in the country.
Yeah. It's rough out here, especially in this part of the country. Well,
yeah, that's kind of like my update on what we've been doing down here in West Virginia.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in. Thank you.
Yeah, is there a website or a link or somewhere people can go to support?
Actually, a donation link should be working on our website, which is at kvdsa.org/donate. So that's like K as in kite. It's Kanawha Valley DSA, which is where Charleston, the state capital, is located. So kvdsa.org/donate. If people want to give some money towards the Break Light Clinic.
Perfect,
Okay.
man. Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, keep on fighting the good fight. Keep on street fighting. Keep on street fighting
In them streets.
under the street light. Keep on street fighting.
That's good. You got it.
Thanks for calling. Thanks for calling Street Fight. Who are we talking to?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good. How's it
This
going?
is Tony.
Tony.
This is Tony from Minion Death Cult.
What's up,
Yeah.
Tony? How's it going tonight?
I'm fucking tastic, actually. And so you guys have killed almost an entire bottle of wine.
That's great.
Oh, I thought you said we've
But
killed
yeah,
a bottle.
that's okay. No. I've killed a bottle, like, for you.
Okay.
While listening to you in your honor.
Oh, thank you.
But
I
luckily,
appreciate
I'm a big
that.
man, so it's only going to give me a little bit woozy.
How's it going in the online in the right wing meme world out there?
It's fucking disgusting. Every day, I think we've seen the gnarliest thing, and then we see something gnarlier. And it's every day.
Well, Tony is one of the hosts of Minion Death Cult.
Yeah, we did a guest spot on there when we were in California earlier this year, and I'm gonna do it again this Saturday, actually. And
Yes, you are. Very excited about that.
yes, I am, because we used to get into that stuff more, but I have no taste for it anymore. But listening to your podcast, you do the best job. So, because I think, like, when I see the people that are like half-assed about their hatred, it's just like disappointing. Like, I like to see people that are like exemplary at what they do. And like, you find like the most moronic people there are.
It's insane. I skim the surface, but like Alex fucking deep dives, but does that weird diving without a tank, like that.
Free diving?
No, like the free diving.
Yeah.
He fucking free dives into like the depths of hell, where I think today he posted something today. It was literally somebody calling the Parkland survivors pussies for committing suicide from PTSD.
Yes, yeah.
Like, what kind of sick fuck would think that right away?
Yeah.
Like, so gross.
Yeah. It's fucking
That's
wild.
why they call the Vine survivors survives.
It's fucking wild because, like, I think a lot of times, like, because, we try to be a more positive show, and it's like, we should be able to work with people. We should be able to work with more people. It'd be great. But then it's like, do you think it's that anonymity? And I know they use their real faces, right? But there's still, when you're typing something in, it's almost like passing a note. It doesn't feel as nasty as you think it sounds.
Yeah.
But do you think it's that, or do you think they're just
real?
Yeah.
In my mind, I see it as them, like, they're always imagining someone that they're arguing against. And, like, this is their proclamation to, like, get a response that they have in their mind that, is, like, completely destroying the other person. That's how I feel that sometimes they feel about their comments.
See, what's funny is one of the reasons we actually do make it difficult is almost like document this moment in history. So the whole point isn't really like it's neo-Nazis and Proud Boys. It's like it's your fucking crazy aunt.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's
It's that dude at work who says weird shit, but then like you realize he really means it.
Well, we joke about it, but really when we got started, Brian and I, like with getting into Facebook and everything and reading the comments on just regular news and how open people were about like their dreams of, you know, which perfect death cult, you know, their dreams of like everybody dying or like murdering people or these like twisted fantasies that people just open up about publicly on there, is just so shocking. And it was like, part of what inspired us to do our show was like, well, can somebody say something like fucking reasonable, I guess? Like, well, you know, if someone is going to take the chop off every rapist dick, you know, line on everything, or, you know, that always is looking for blood. It's like those people that are always just fantasizing about pedophiles and the way that they would kill them. I'm like, I'm worried about you too, you know?
Well, it's wild that, like, I think the thing about that side of it is the outlets that feed it, which I think is like the local news is nothing more than an outlet that feeds red meat to people who want to. I mean, it's not just
absolutely.
cut pedophiles' balls off, dude. A lot of times it's like give the death penalty to a drug dealer.
Right.
Or like an 11-year-old girl deserved to be tased by the police or something like that.
True.
It's like this just like constant, it's just constant like just throwing shit out there for these angry aunts and uncles to just fucking feed on, you know?
Well, I mean, just,
And-
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Local
You're the expert.
local TV is local TV is the first clickbait. You know, local cable TV is the first clickbait. I mean, like tonight we literally covered a story. This episode will come out tomorrow. But we talked about a DoubleTree hotel.
I saw it
in Colorado. You see this?
I do. I actually have the sign saved on my computer now for use to deploy later.
It's amazing.
It says amazing. I can get that up here real quick. So I don't know what happened at this DoubleTree. The story that I read did not like really give. I guess it didn't give me like a full picture of what happened, but it's just what was handed around was a sign that says, "We are not serving military members or their families for the rest of the night." And it was like, don't ever listen, if you work for a business, you cannot serve military members or their families. Never give them proof that you're not serving them, because that will definitely, you will lose your job. It will go viral.
Right.
That is all those people are waiting for.
The best part was they weren't making an anti-military stance. They were saying that like there was a armed services like regalia with like 600 people in that place, right? And that was done. So they put up a sign saying we're not serving anymore. Like, hey, sorry, event, we're done serving.
Right.
That's all they were doing.
Right.
But the local news was like, DoubleTree hates the vets.
Right, and then DoubleTree fired the supervisor.
Fired them. They lost their job.
Right.
I hope they call in.
Yeah, we need to get them a strike fund or something. Or not.
I mean, it's not fair.
Well,
Even
actually,
if it was what Brett kind of was with me, like, well, you know, maybe the military guys were being dickheads.
I thought.
Oh no, they totally were.
They were being. I thought that they were being assholes, and that's what I had read, at least somewhere. Whatever the article that I skimmed through said that the military party was getting out of fucking control, and they just had to shut the shit down.
I mean, honestly,
eventually.
though, in the world we live in, Donald Trump's the fucking president. World we live in, they're allowed to get out of control. You just got to put up with it if you're a service worker.
It's your grandpa's Navy again.
Yeah.
Well, seriously,
I mean, we definitely.
You hear about these guys like demanding discounts and shit like that and getting irate because they don't have a discount. For me, it's like, just give them the fucking discount because they're just going to make trouble for you. They want to be oppressed for being in the military.
Totally.
That's their hope. And it's just not true. The world's all catered toward them. They're asking for extra privileges.
Yeah, but the bottom line is that, like we said, cable news is clickbait. Like they don't even care. They don't. There's no integrity here. There's just fodder.
Yeah.
They're just like let's go ahead and let's stir up like this random person at home who's in their mid-50s who they have a nephew that's serving right now. So they're like, oh, what do you mean? You're basically spitting on my family.
Yeah.
You're basically wiping yourself with my family's crest.
Yeah, and then they want my family crest. Just picturing them at home with like a family crest.
Just looking at it.
A can of Natural Light
Oh,
and a
totally.
dream catcher on it or something.
Yeah.
But like, what is the purpose of local news, social media? Okay. When the local news was the only thing we could get our weather, like, I understood why people tuned into that, right? I don't think people are tuning into it anymore. I mean, I think there are certain people, like when you say 50-year-old aunts, yes, they're tuning into it, but I think the numbers are low now.
But local news is still big online. I mean, they have a big enough name that get that engagement. Enough people do like those pages. I follow local news, all the places I live. Dallas still. They are gigantic. There's like scandals and shit that happen only in like the DC local news. You know.
Jeez.
So having a screen cap of the thing that you're mad about of a local news channel saying that you should be mad about it, it validates it. It's like getting your gripes notarized.
That's true.
Notarized.
That's true. Exactly right.
You
That's
know?
exactly right. No, this isn't, tricornerhat.us. This is the CNBC affiliate town. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
And we're just
you can't put a lie on the TV.
Right.
I have that thing now. My new
It's not an InfoWars link, so you can run with it to everybody you know and share it.
And my new theory is if it happens on a screen, they think it's fucking real.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more NBC4Columbus.com is something you're allowed to use as a source. WBNS NTV Columbus, Ohio, you're allowed to use that. But the people that own franchises are all fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And they're all the social media interns for something like NBC affiliates in cities. They need to generate talk.
Yeah.
And they know what kind of story framed and what kind of what, because it's like they don't even read the stories. They know they don't read the stories.
See, but even like all of this is this is the traditional culture. Like this is everything that we're turning against. I believe is this harsh, ugly, callous, gross, unforgiving view of the world. The death cult, as it is. It really is. These people that are like think they're sweet as a peach, but will kill anyone for making a mistake. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've developed this thing, and it's been, honestly, it's been pretty tried and tested. So there's this rule where whenever there's any political discourse, it can only go so long before someone compares whatever they're mad about to Nazis.
Sure.
And there's some name for it. I don't know what it is, but it's some
Godwin's Law.
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yes.
It is now. But we've developed Binion's Law, which is at some point in American political discourse discussion, there will be a call for civil war.
Right.
And it happens every fucking time. It doesn't matter what it is, like literally, from the cheese challenge, the cheese slice, throwing cheese slice on babies' faces.
Oh no.
That led to abortion talk, which led to like, I'm ready to kill people that kill the babies. I'm ready to kill my neighbor. And like it happens, doesn't matter what the topic is. If it's American political discourse, Newton's law dictates that there will be a call for civil war.
How bad do you think they really do want to fight, though? I guess. I think in their heart they want to fight, in their heart of hearts, but they can't. They just soft people.
They just want to. I mean, they just want to validate it. I don't know. They want to prove that they're willing to go that far. But I just. Everybody's so fucking gentle when you're in public, you know? Like
totally.
And nobody's really popping off. That's what is, you know, it's kind of tough. And I think I know you're a father as well, but seeing Gwen, like one of the tough things of watching Gwen grow old is that she still believes that like adults have like movie and sitcom type dialogue where we're all like cutting each other up and like cracking on each other and like snappy about shit, where it's not like we're just sitting around like shrugging our shoulders, you know, just saying dumb shit, you know. It's, you know, she thinks that so it feels intimidating when you feel like everybody else is, you know, doing their best. It's like everybody else just wants to get by. He's trying, you know, they don't hate you, they just want you out of their way, really.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and like they might hate you, but like you'll keep that shit to yourself.
They do.
Nice to my face, like that kind of works. You know, I'd almost prefer that. But then you see like you don't want to stumble upon like your coworkers. You know, I have a coworker who she has like a patriotic fitness feed on Instagram.
Great.
It's great on that feed.
And she was like, tell me about it. And like, I purposefully did not listen to what it was called because we have a very cordial relationship.
Yeah.
We're nice to each other. We say hello. I know that she has some pretty fucked views. But
Yeah.
I work with her. You know, I've called her out about some weird things she's done before, and she thought vice versa, but not really. But I don't need to make it worse by seeing her online presence.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it just it's like it's just that they have the power to make those fucking votes that like fuck with the rest of us, and they're obsessed with fucking with us. You know, they just can't stop encroaching on the rest of us that just don't want to fall in line with their stupid death call.
And it's so hideous that they call it. I mean, a good Minions law would be to see how long any page that has patriotic, no matter what in it, descends into Civil War talk. Like patriotic fitness probably descends into Civil War talk daily.
If it has any type of like, so dude, my feed is so fucked. It's so crazy because I look at this stuff, right? So my like Instagram suggested feed is a bunch of like Blue Lives Matter stuff and like
grunt style.
Fit gun owners. It's like that, which is like, I mean, I'm all for fitness. I mean, guns are kind of cool too. That's a whole different discussion. But like, when you marry it under that umbrella and then put like a Spartan shield on your chest, it gets real weird.
Well, you know,
you know.
Well, you know, that's what I love on those Instagram. I get stuck when watching those guys doing their like practice runs where they have like set up like a bunch of boxes and hay bales in a field and they're like running around doing drills. And throughout most of it, like you can tell that their experience comes from video games because they're like just fully standing up with no coverage and like I'm just taking out bad guys, you know. It's like they're going to be shooting at you too, buddy. You know, you're not just going to get up and like kill 12 people like you're Christian Bale in Equilibrium, you know. Someone's going to fucking
So my all-time favorite feed right now, and there's a ton of them, is like Tactical Babes.
I've been on there before.
It's always like two pictures next to each other, and it's like a woman in uniform, like a cop uniform or like a paramedic uniform, and then like the next picture is like her in a bikini, and they're like, "Can you believe she's both people?" And it's like, yeah, dog, like she has a job and swims, like that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But then it'll be like a third panel where it's like, and she can all-out equip like no one's business, and it's like a slow motion thing where they're like shooting a gun. And sometimes they'll have like movie makeup on them where they're like kind of tattered, have like fake blood on them, but they're also like in a bikini in combat for some fucked up reason. Those are my favorite. Those are my favorite because I know those are just like Those are like just creeps.
It's pinup. That's your
That's it.
pinup. Yeah. Little fantasy.
It's so good. It's like, I don't know. It's this weird. Yeah, like what if like Laura Croft was like more of a badass? Like what if she was like a Marine? What if she was like an operator? What if
Right.
she wasn't an What if she wasn't an archaeologist? She was an operator. That'd be
Right.
way cooler.
Right. What if she did something worthwhile with her time? What if she served her country?
Yeah, exactly. I don't even fucking go to museums. I don't know her shit.
Well, thanks for calling in, Tony. We appreciate it. We got to get the rest of these calls going. We're up late tonight.
Real quick.
Okay.
Really weird that you guys brought up Dream Pop. I like just discovered Dream Pop last week.
Wow.
Good, right?
Super random. It's so good. But there are two artists that I'm really into that you didn't mention, and they're George Clanton and CTFX. Super good, super bangers. And also going to plug the show, Minion Death Cult. Check it out.
Thanks,
guys.
And yeah,
Up for
we
next
gotta
week.
do more stuff with these guys. I love them.
Yeah.
Brett, I want to.
Yeah. I like partying with y'all.
Yeah,
For sure.
So somebody sent me some info on People Helping People CEO.
Oh, really? Are they an undercover boss?
So he sent me a video that's titled "How No Sex for 17 Months Made Me a Millionaire Life of an Entrepreneur."
Well, this is your
That
type
made
of
me
talk.
a millionaire.
This is your type of talk.
And listen to this. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble finding it. Okay.
So he went celibate for 17 months to
And then
concentrate.
He spent something like $120,000 on a painting of him hanging out in a shelter with MLK, Tupac, and the Shah of Iran. And Einstein and JFK is in there.
Whoa, that's fun.
Abraham Lincoln.
Well, that's the kind of stuff we would do if we had a lot of money. I can't say I wouldn't do that.
He also sells T-shirts on his websites that say 1.8 G.
Oh, that's what he
had
had
in high school.
That's great. That's inspirational. That's someone you could look up to.
This guy's a fucking king, man. I had a 0.
He's authentic.
Yeah, I had a 0 point something GPA, buddy. That was bad. All right, how many we got left here?
2 to go.
We got 2 to go. Let's get them both done, and these are our last 2 calls. It'll be a 2-hour show. That's not bad.
Thank you for calling Street Fight Radio.
What's up, Street Fighters? How's it going?
Great. How are you tonight?
Doing pretty good. Just smoking some Lounge and having some Anchor Steam.
No, I drink that Anchor Steam. They're a union brewery now.
Yeah, dude.
What's going on tonight?
So I just have like one very quick story.
Okay.
Working this is a C from Lawrence. I think I've called it here before, and I've talked to here a little bit about like my work at grocery stores and stuff like that. So I work at a co-op here in Lawrence, and there is we're actually starting to kind of start to take in like more like WIC and stuff like that. We're taking in a lot more products that like will that are like that we can like sell through WIC and stuff like that, so that way more people who are like low income can like shop at our store and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So, however, we are kind of located sort of a high income neighborhood, you know. So we had a customer kind of recently make a scene because we were starting to carry like all these products that were basically like cheap, and she literally actually said, I just don't want these people here. And
Holy
like,
shit.
Oh, okay. You're just going ahead and laying it right on the table. So that was like a really weird thing for like me to think about, because we are actually thinking about expanding into like Kansas City, Kansas, into a basically not as not as high income area basically.
Sure.
Catering a lot more to them, and so yeah, it's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be a lot nicer to be honest. Like,
yeah, those
it's
people
like,
aren't as much of an assholes as what you can get at the other place.
That's the thing. Is probably yeah. The customer base is a lot nicer. But the thing that kind of bothered me about it is like they were thinking about also moving to Kansas City, Missouri, into like there's also areas that also could be also very well served in that area too, and there are areas that would be also very accessible to people from KCK as well in a lot of those areas. So, but the thing is what they did is they basically, like right after right to work got sort of abolished in Missouri, they were immediately like, okay, so we're going to be doing it in KCK. So it was like one thing I kind of got thinking about and stuff like that, and like how co-ops, a lot of people like really seem to like them and stuff like that. However, the problem is like they just like in comparison to like unions and stuff like that, they just do not stack up. There's not as many protections and stuff like that, and had a lot of issues at our location where their customers employees who have been let go for some kind of questionable shit.
Okay.
And basically, there have been times where someone has been kind of fired for quote unquote like time theft or whatever, or like stealing like one drink when they were like giving it for free or something like that.
Right,
and
right.
So the story's kind of
Some Jordan shit.
So the real thing is like with like a co-op, as long as like a co-op, that's the thing, as long as you're in a right to work state, don't have any protections and stuff like that. And so like that's one thing I really like wanted to kind of just talk about, is that how like people will still kind of like tout co-ops as being like really cool, as like as being like, you know, super protective of workers and stuff like that. However, despite that whole like kind of democratic looking machine that they kind of give it, they don't really offer like any protection to workers unless you're like basically protected by a union. You're just not like they just still just fire you for any reason and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really kind of like it's just something I wanted to briefly discuss on here and stuff like that. So it's been a while since I called in. So kind of just wanted to like hear that like brief little story there, and that brief little kind of aside that I had kind of going there with it.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, that whole thing is like when you're dealing, like co-ops are often, well, it's hard to say that they're
There are
often.
people in the chat saying work is time theft, and I totally agree with it.
Yeah, there's co-op. There are a lot of grocery co-ops in neighborhoods where they don't welcome people, where they might not welcome people on WIC.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, that's a tough thing because it's like you want to open one up. I would love to open one up in a place that was accessible and easy to get to, where the police aren't going to fucking harass you, where this woman isn't going to say, I don't want you in my store. Like, I want to open something there.
And we still let her in the store, too. That's the fucked up thing.
Right, and the food, but it is, the shitty thing is about those ethically sourced things is that they're all just so fucking expensive. And like, sort of out of reach of those people anyway.
We actually are like we're competing with like even from like sometimes like even like Whole Foods prices and stuff like that every now and then. But like it's still kind of pricey to shop where I'm at, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's impossible not to be.
I mean, the thing about it is, you know, in human nature, people don't want to really work on stuff. People just want to leave things how they are, so they feel like co-op is good enough. Why work on it anymore? But you know, you should keep rethinking about it, and you know, mentioning things like workers' protections and how important those things are. You know,
but
what exactly that means as being a member of it. You know, it's
like when you talk to this. So the woman that said, "I don't want them here." So what are we doing here then? Right? What are we doing at this co-op? Is it just so I feel good because I have the money to? It's sort of like those vegans, right? That'll everybody has to fucking. We all need to be a vegan, and it's like our culture.
We had like some vegans like come in and just like put a whole bunch of stickers on our meat like recently, and just like leave without buying anything. That was
nice.
That was pretty.
I mean,
interesting guy.
not eating as much. I think vegetarian is fine and cool, and we should be encouraging people to move in that direction. But like vegan cheese is fucking expensive, and you can say all you want, like, oh, you don't fucking need cheese. But if you want people to, they're not gonna fucking.
And good vegan cheese is way more expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
And we just don't have a culture. Like, we only know how to make shit with cheese, is what I'm trying to say. We only know how to make a certain kind of food from when we're kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
makes it very hard to change your habits in that way.
Mac and cheese, all that stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Man, I'm starving for some mac and cheese and cheeseburgers now.
We always talk about food, I think, every time I call in. Last time I called in, I think we were talking a while about barbecue.
Love to
Kansas
eat.
City barbecue.
Love to eat.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing to eat.
Yeah, real quick. Oh, sorry. What was it? What was your favorite thing to eat?
Food.
Oh, food. That's my favorite thing.
Well, I know you got.
Yeah, especially breakfast.
You got anything to promote?
Yeah, I want to plug my. Well, first off, Avoca News in the chat wants to say good day, and
Good day.
also want to plug my my Twitch real quick. Kansas Beach Patrol.
Nice. All right, go to Kansas Beach Patrol and watch his Twitch. We're not on Twitch enough during the day.
Yeah.
I appreciate you calling in. And it is something to, I mean, what you just said is a really important thing to think about too, you know? What are we even doing? That's what Whole Foods is to me. Whole Foods is one of those places that are like, what are we even doing here? Is this actually better?
Well, the Amazon,
Like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and stuff, yeah.
the Amazon thing switched it up.
Sure. Before, though,
Right.
there was a lot of times where I thought, what are we even, why? Why are we doing this? Like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Why everything's $4 more here?
Right.
This
right.
isn't helping anybody.
Right.
Nobody.
Right. It is. I mean, what people do get out of it though is not having to shop with regular people.
Mm-hmm. And they moral high ground too, dude.
I mean,
and moral, yeah, all the.
and then I get hired, and then like
And then you get to say all your food is clean. I'm a clean person. Only clean foods go in my body.
I definitely remember like being one of the people that really pushed them getting like to put more like fried stuff in the hot bar. Definitely the devil on the shoulder of that place.
Yeah.
People love fried chicken from the goddamn hot bar.
Like, yeah.
We have a real dank fried chicken sandwich.
You know, that Stir peanut butter gets oil all over the fucking kitchen. Have you ever heard of Jif?
Oh, jeez. Now you're being evil, but you're right. That Stir peanut butter's dog shit. That's the thing, though, about our culture, right? That's what I'm trying to say about our culture, though, is that, like, so I have lived in a world where for 30 fucking years, you didn't have to stir your peanut butter.
Yeah.
You know? And now all of a sudden they're like, you need to be eating that peanut butter you stir. And it's like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
I gotta stir this shit now?
Yeah, it's so sloppy.
I'm gonna pour it on my sandwich.
You have to hold the sandwich sideways and like catch the drippings as you hold it.
Our kids are gonna be way better. Like the way Brett's kid eats, dude. Brett's kid is fucking gonna be a master of eating when she gets older.
She's gonna be diabetic real soon.
I mean, she eats motherfucking avocados. She eats hummus. She's like eating all this stuff. I remember when she was real little, I saw Brett feed her a pepper one time, and I fucking almost peed my pants. I was like, you just got a kid to eat a fucking pepper, dude.
Yeah.
Right on.
You
You know, that's because you made her eat food.
Yeah.
I fucked up. Was like, oh, you don't have to eat anything you're uncomfortable with, because my parents made me eat zucchini bread once.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here.
We got
Thanks
one more
for
to
calling,
go.
buddy.
Have a good night, Street Fighters. Love y'all.
Peace. One more to go. This is it. Ooh,
This is it.
the final call.
We did pretty good tonight, man.
Yeah, we did.
We stayed strong.
We made it through. Persevered. Jason delivered with the sound.
Yeah, we're
Round of
doing it,
applause,
man. We're
round
on
of
the
sound.
phones. What's up? Who's this?
Hi.
Hey.
This is Judah from Indiana.
Oh, sweet. What's going on tonight?
Not much. I'm hanging out with Jay from Indiana as well.
What's up, Jay? How's it going? What are y'all doing? You guys, y'all like drinking?
I was having a vodka tea.
A vodka what? Teeny.
Tea,
I
like
thought
black
you
tea.
said I was having a vodka and cheese at first, and I was like, I'm interested in what that is. I used to tell people back in the day that like I wanted to throw a party and have like bologna shots, which would just be like cheap vodka with like a bologna type of shot glass, and you just fucking throw the thing in your mouth. But now I think we could fucking make bologna infused vodka.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard.
Let's fucking make. Okay, put that on the list.
Yeah, put some like you gotta put peppers in there too, dude, and olives or something.
Put that.
For like
we'll
a
find
martini.
vegan
For a
bologna.
martini.
We'll find. We'll get vegan bologna so you can drink it. We'll get you some bologna vodka.
Give me a faux ham salad. Take a scoop of that and put it in a martini.
You'll do it. Brett will do it. Brett's my hero now because of the menthol tobacco flavored vodka. I feel like with him and with Jason in the room now, there's nothing that this room won't eat.
Yeah,
they're both very gross guys when it comes. My wife, so Jason and Brett are kind of at a standstill. We've had these crickets in the basement since last Wednesday. Brett told Jason, "Oh yeah, I've been eating crickets to get protein. It's really good." And Jason was like, "You're fucking eating crickets?" Like he couldn't believe he was eating crickets. So now we have a bag of crickets down here.
Yeah, they're good.
For whenever Jason gets up the guts to eat some crickets.
Yeah, they taste like taco.
Sorry to get you off track there. What's going on tonight?
No, it's cool. So this is my first time calling. In fact, I've started listening to the podcast very recently. And I have two stories for you, and I was curious which y'all would like to hear. I have a shitty landlord story, or I have a shitty boss story.
Well, we like bosses. So what we do in the two-story case is we say, give us one, and then we'll probably get the other. We can get both of these, right? You think, Brent? I mean, we hate landlords and bosses. It's like asking
it's hard
us.
to pick.
It's a real hard choice. So
we don't have to make that choice.
No, we don't have to. We decide when this show ends.
Yeah.
There is nobody telling us when this show ends, and we're only at 2 hours.
If we choose not to decide, we still have made a choice.
Good.
All right,
Thanks,
well,
Rush.
let's
Thanks, Geddy
I'll do
Lee.
the shitty boss one.
So, what's the boss one first?
Yeah. Okay, so this is probably like 3 years ago. Probably a year after I had moved to the city I currently live in. And I got this job at a shitty rolled sandwich place. Like, they would roll their sandwiches in, like, tortillas.
Oh, I love
They
those.
would chop them up and sell them.
Can I ask you a question? Was it roly-poly
Yeah.
sandwiches? I know you can't say
Oh my
it,
God.
but am I on the right path?
No.
Them motherfuckers they had the best.
I've never had a roly-poly.
They had the best wraps I've ever had in my life, and I
Wow.
will never have a better. It had sun-dried tomatoes and bacon and turkey and lettuce, and then some kind of a hot sauce ranch combo. And it just was. They were tight wraps. Nothing
Wow.
fell out. They were fantastic. But you don't have to incriminate
Oh,
yourself.
maybe I did have a roly-poly.
It was in Pickerington.
Yeah,
They're
that seems
roly-poly in
right.
Pickerington.
Yeah, I lived out there.
I'm sorry to out that it's roly-poly.
Oh, no. No, I believe that the sandwiches are probably good, but, you know, this experience just ruined the whole thing for me.
Okay. How can a
Oh,
boss
I
at a place
wanna-
called Roly-Poly be bad?
You don't want to know how they get it so. You don't want to know how they get it so roly and poly.
Let's hear.
All right, so, like, I have, like, chronic migraines. You know, it's, like, a thing I've dealt with since I was younger. And my boss is kind of a hippie type. And very specifically told me that I would never be able to call in for a migraine because she believes that it is something that can be healed with the power of crystals.
Oh, jeez. Did she bring you the crystals?
No, she didn't. She didn't even suggest where to get them. It was never an option. She just told me that could happen.
She never gave you. She never gave you a crystal. Never got you in contact with like a shaman or a guru or anything like that?
No.
Weird jerk off crystals. That's what she meant.
I want
She
some
told
crystals.
me that up front, the first day I came in.
Oh my god.
When I probably worked there for like a month. I was like a month in, never missed a single day of work, and I got like the stomach flu. I got the flu or something, and it was in the middle of summer. And I call her, I'm just like, I can't come in, I can't help you, open the door. I'm like, I'm in the bathroom, I'm vomiting. It's like that. And she straight up, there's a pause on the phone, and she told me, I know you're fucking lying to me. Like, what are you talking about? And she's like, there is no way you can get the flu in the summer. You're lying to me.
Well,
it's a seasonal disease.
It's not
seasonal.
Yeah. So Brett had to pee. I want to tell him the first part. So there's this person has chronic migraines. At the interview, the boss goes, I am not going to excuse any absences for chronic migraines because that's something that crystals can fix.
Oh, really?
But no,
well, yeah, give me some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, none.
Give me what you got. Give me some of those moon rocks, some of that MDMA.
I'll take crystals. I would if somebody
I'll take
told
some
me,
crystal meth if that'll help my headache.
That's not what they're talking about. If somebody told me, Brian, okay, check it out. Put some obsidian on your head and your headache will go away.
Yeah.
I would try it.
For
once.
sure.
One time. And I bet you know what they'd say when it didn't work? Oh, you weren't believing in it hard enough. That's why hypnotism don't work on me. Because I don't believe in it hard enough. Actually, I've also never been hypnotized. That is wild. So, and she was she really in tune? You were really sick, right? You're allowed to say if you weren't.
Oh yeah, had been up since 3 a.m. I was supposed to go in at 7 a.m. I was just vomiting the whole time, and she told me, I don't believe you. You're lying to me. I was like, okay, well, give me an hour. I'll get I'll get prepared. I want this job. What can I do? I won't work with food. Maybe I can clean the store. I'll do something. And she's like, no, you just told me you were sick. You can't come in.
Oh, God.
Okay. What the fuck do you want me to do? You never told me that part of it. I fucking need for so much more now. But, yeah, I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. And she's like, well, I want you to know you're not coming back. And I was like, oh. So she fires me over the phone, there for 3.5 weeks, and I had not missed a single day of work. And I've never had that particular kind of just what the fuck experience before. It was wild.
I've always felt that one of the greatest injustices that you can endure is getting fired for calling in sick when you're really sick. It's the worst.
Yeah, that stings. It fucking stings.
How many times have you called in sick when you weren't sick and got away with it? And then it's like, oh, I'm fucking sick. Because you always call. Most people go in sick unless they're shitting. Shitting is the key.
Yeah.
To being
I'm not
sick.
going to have doo-doo, but the whole time I'm at work.
No, you can't. You can't do it. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go to work with listen, I'm sorry, food service, I'm sorry, people that have gotten sick from me working in food service and having a snotty nose or a cold or something. I'll just go to work. I can't lose the damn money. And the boss is going to scream at me or tell me to use crystals. I've toughed out many different illnesses. I once did a whole day with food poisoning. So in the morning, we had a banquet for work, right? You had to be there at 7 a.m. and it was at a place by the airport. And they had a buffet-style breakfast. And those big things, the heating things, the big with the sterno. They called them a sterno at the place I work with. You put a little sterno under it and it keeps it lit up. They had one of those totally full of bacon all the way to the top. I personally at this time in my life had never seen that much bacon. Like they didn't let you have, like there was just nowhere that was like, take as much bacon as you want. So I like took a lot of bacon and I basically just ate bacon for breakfast. And that bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't epic bacon times. I'm telling you, this happened in like 2003. And I like started sweating. I like was really like, while I was at work, I was like sweating and I kept having to like drive home because I lived on where I was working. I kept having to drive home and go to the bathroom and then throw up outside the van before I went into people's houses to like work. And like, I feel like that's one of the bravest moments of my life that I ever like endured that. It was the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
I would never do it again.
Being sick at work is incredible sometimes. You do feel like accomplished by the end of it.
But you take that medicine, that over-the-counter medicine that like really tears you up.
Sometimes you don't,
and it makes you float. My wife took Sudafed the other day.
Yeah, I
and
don't
was
do
like,
that.
This is fucked.
Yeah, that makes you go bonkers.
So what was the bad landlord story? We go bad landlord here.
Oh yeah, this one's not as funny. It's more like, oh wow, this is fucking shitty. This is like an upcoming lease. You know, I'm trying to live with my partner Jay over here, and you know, we're doing our best to get a place to live. And I have an emotional support animal, a dog. I love the fuck out of it. It's a good ass animal. You know, I got the paperwork for it. I went through enough therapy and talked to, like, you know, this person long enough that they were like, yeah, you need it. I got the updated papers. I'm no longer seeing this therapist. I'm seeing a new one, but, you know, it didn't seem like a big deal. So we signed this lease. You know, we everything is fine. The landlord was weird when she found out that it was a pit bull, but, you know, pit bulls are beautiful animals. They're fantastic animals. And, you know, it wasn't a big deal until I gave her the new documents, you know, being like, oh, yeah, here's the updated documents from my old therapist saying, yeah, you know, keep the prescription, you need this animal. And she straight up told us that, like, there's no way I'm accepting this if you're not currently seeing this doctor. And, like, that doesn't seem right. Like, we called a few, like, lawyers. We, you know, asked around, asked our friends. Everyone was like, yeah, no, that's not right. You had a doctor prescribe you an animal. If you're going to decide to keep this prescription, you need to keep this prescription. And, like, there is no way she would budge. Like, no way.
I fucking called her.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, Jay, you know, called her and was just like, is this a legal issue? Like, can you provide us any legal documents proving that this is what you need? Just danced around it. She just kept saying, no, I can't accept it. I can't do this. Like, well, okay. If you can't, you should tell us why you can't so we can figure this out. Like, I don't want to spend another $300 on a new therapist to get this person to give me, you know, a new prescription when I already got it.
Yeah.
And, like,
it sounds like they just, I mean, it sucks, but it sounds like this lawyer or this landlord just doesn't want you to move in. I've had that happen to us at times where it would just, it all of a sudden became like very hard to get, like, it's like, oh, we're interested in you. Here's the rent. Hey, come and look at the apartment. And then they're like, they probably found somebody better than me. And they want to give it to that
well,
person.
they're like MAGA checks. So they're like, you know, MAGA checks and, like, I'm queer, very visibly queer, I'm trans, you know, I'm in a queer relationship. Person would not respect my pronouns, didn't, like, you know, was just real shit about it. I have no doubt in my mind that this probably played a role in it. You know, maybe, you know, someone who's a Trump supporter, probably not the biggest fan of queer trans people. Especially not mentally ill queer trans people.
The thing that sucks the most is like you can't really, I mean, it sucks because you can't really prove these things either. Like, people get fired for this stuff all the time. And like, people get fired for being trans all the time. And there's just, they're like, well, it's at will. I just decided I don't want you here because I don't like you. And it's like, fuck, you know, it's bullshit. I really feel for you there.
Oh, yeah. Well, we found a new place. It's going to work out pretty good. It's nicer, my opinion. But this has been a whole ordeal. We broke the lease. She, like, was real mad and angry with us every time we tried to combat this. And then the second we broke the lease, she was, like, super cordial and nice. Because, of course, she was.
Yeah.
So, Yeah. Less of a fun story.
Yeah.
But,
Well, the first one was very fun. So, crystals
Oh,
to fix a
definitely.
migraine. Well, thank you for calling, and thank you for being the last
yeah,
caller.
absolutely. Good call.
And hey, thanks for everybody for calling tonight, right? It's
Yes.
been a hard few weeks. We're going to do the call-in show next Sunday. Then we're going to leave on tour. And then when we come back, we'll have call-in shows again for many Sundays in a row until we leave on tour again. And we love every one of you equally, but some of you more than others, but I'm not going to say who.
Right. Keep it that way. Thank you for listening to Street Fight Radio. If you want more of what we do, you can find us on Patreon, patreon.com/Street Fight Radio. Bonus shows, zines, video, all of that is available there on Patreon. Did you have anything you wanted to say before we go?
Come see us in New York, Boston, Philly, and Portland, Maine.
Yeah, if you go to streetfightradio.com on the main page, there is a link there to all of the tour dates. We're coming to the East Coast in just like 10 days, right around the corner.
Very nervous.
April 3rd in Philly, April 6th in New York. We're going to have Katie Halper. We're going to have Leslie Lee. We're going to have Matt, Will, and Felix from Chapo. It's going to be a fucking awesome show on Saturday in New York City. We're going to be hanging out with Kath and Rachel, watching WrestleMania. Brian says he's going to get fucked up for it, so it'll be a good time.
If I get the drugs that I want,
I will too. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to fucking shroom or something. And then we're going to do Portland, Maine on the 9th, right? Wednesday the 9th. And then we're going to do Boston on Friday the 12th. The tickets are available. You can get the tickets for Boston at store.streetfightradio.com. We can only sell 199 tickets because if we sell 200, we have to hire the fucking police. So we definitely aren't going to do that. So get in there before it sells out. We can only do one show.
It's going to go fucking Boston, I want you to be as crazy as I expected you to be.
Yeah. Blow it up. Thanks for listening and supporting what we do. Find us on all the social media. We're Street Fight. Peace.
Yay, I gotta pee so fucking bad.
Yeah, it was great.
What's that battery on the floor? Is that your bike battery in there?
Which one?
Recharge time 16 hours?
Oh, yeah.